It's tailgating time again in Tennessee. But most importantly, team, you're going to need to refi that tailgate and the truck it's attached to with a refinanced auto loan with Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union with their Got That promotion. They'll give you up to $500 for your debt.
Are you serious, Coach?
That's right, Johnny. Alcoa 10 will pay you up to $500 for your debt. Now, let's get out there and spread the word. Say it with me. Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10.
ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 pounds and a Ric Flair.
We must rid ourselves of the spirits. The evil spirits is taking over Tennessee football. So right now, we are burning an incense. And the story is it's supposed to get rid of bad energy and cleanse the room and bring us positive, good energy. So if you are watching on Swain Event TV, no, it's not Snoop Dogg in here. That is an incense burning, all right? We're cleansing the room of negative energy. We're only bringing in positive energy this morning on the show. I'm totally kidding. No,
well, you're not kidding. There is incense burning.
Yeah.
But the does it bring positive energy or cleanse the room? You decide, I guess.
It smells pretty clean in here right now.
I don't mind it.
But as far as the show, there's no restrictions on the show. You can say what you want to say. But it was time to cleanse the room. We're back in the Low T Center studio. Glad to be back here. Get a chance to see Ben McKee again. Feels like a whole week since I've seen you, Ben. You got your Steelers sweatshirt on, man, looking good. Looking loud and proud.
Honestly, this was the first thing I saw when I got out of the shower.
You ain't got to lie, Ben. You know you had that thing laid out at the first day of school.
Nah.
You had it earned.
We can go with it. That's fine. They did have a nice win last night. Hey, for all the crap you and Charlie have given me to start the football season about my Steelers, I know one thing. The Steelers have as many losses as the Bears and the Titans.
Okay.
It's true. One more tied game than either of them, but still.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Man, you ain't got to lie. You know you had that sweatshirt ready. You put it in the cleaners yesterday just in case. You picked it up, had plastic all over it, and you even kept the hanger.
No.
That's something I do. I keep the hanger, man.
My mom does that. But I'll tell you this. I did have my Army West Point sweatshirt on point on Sunday and on Monday for their performance over in Norman, Oklahoma. I did have that sweatshirt ready for yesterday's show. I was wearing. I don't care. The fact that they took number 5 Oklahoma to overtime is a win.
I can't even trash talk. Army. I was going to say, oh man, more victory, but it's Army. I'm not going to trash talk Army.
And I will say this: a lot of people are dogging Oklahoma for that performance. I don't think it's worth dogging them because Oklahoma had the ball for 15 minutes the entire game, and Army had the ball for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then every time Oklahoma had the ball, they looked explosive. Kyler Murray, every time he takes off, I bet the Oakland A's are just holding their breath. But that's neither here nor there.
I'm holding my breath, man. This incense is all in my nose. The smoke is just everywhere.
I feel like Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg are sitting across from me.
Hey, man, we got the incense blowing here.
I feel like we're Josh Gordon this morning.
Volstorm said we need some sage. It's funny you say that because we made some sage tea for our little ones to try to fight a little cough or whatever. So maybe I need to sip on some sage tea this morning too. Whatever it takes, guys, all right? Whatever it takes. We even trying to get Jalen McCleskey to transfer here. Whatever it takes.
Am I wrong for saying this feels like something Vanderbilt would do?
Dude,
burn incense?
As they sip on tea.
Well, have you seen us play in Arkansas play? We have to do what we have to do here. So we're burning incense. I'm going to sip on some sage tea. Whatever it takes, all right? Jalen McCleskey leaving the team in the middle of the season to come transfer to Tennessee. I hope.
Please.
Let me burn 2 incense on that one. I hope either – there's 2 places he's going. It's either Tennessee
or Tulane.
Yep. If you do not know, son of former Vol, J.J. McCleskey, Jalen McCleskey, is transferring from Oklahoma State.
Said he wasn't getting the ball enough.
No, Mike Gundy said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mike Gundy said that about Jalen, sorry. What did Jalen say? I don't think he said anything yet. I thought it was a little weird that Gundy would say that about a player transfer.
Well, what is this thing called so I don't mispronounce it? Or
it's incense.
Incense. Can we get like 30 of them going all throughout your house? That way we can hopefully bring back all the players that should be in Knoxville. But didn't come under Bush Jones. It's like I went back and watched the Oregon-Stanford football game yesterday, and you had Dylan Jackson balling out for Stanford, picking up key sacks and forcing fumbles. And then you had Ugo Amadi playing safety, wreaking havoc on Stanford's offense. It's just one player after another. Let's go ahead, since we're trying to get Jalen McCleskey back. Let's go ahead and try to get Chase Hayden back to Knoxville. Let's try to get Amari. We could use Cade Mays this weekend.
This does say
no, man. I can't get over that video.
Hey, after watching the offensive line play the first month of the season, I'm more than happy to get over that video.
You said blank Tennessee? Oh, well, I forgive you. Come on, man. We need some help with the offensive line.
Well, it's better than the way some of the offensive linemen are performing and disrespecting Tennessee.
All right, let's continue to burn this incense here, and let's get to the phones. Let's get to Kenny. Kenny, good morning.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on, Kenny?
Man, I finally calmed down a little bit.
Finally?
It's
almost hump day.
It took most of the day, man. Yesterday, dude, I was so heated, man. But listen, I want to say one thing, man. I heard a few callers to a few shows. You don't listen to you, man. I shut it down, but I had to keep listening. I know people was going to be in all day. So there's a few shows, everybody talking about the play calling, man. But I have a question for you, Jason, man. You know, since you are the man. All right, okay, how creative can you be when your offensive line sucks? I mean, they are putrid, man. I mean, they are awful. I mean, how can you be creative when you have an offensive line like that? When you have guys missing assignments and everything? I mean, do you really want to get your quarterback blew up like that?
Helton's in a weird spot here because.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, he's in a weird spot. I don't think he's done the best job, but I don't know the circumstances. I don't know if he's being micromanaged. I don't know if he's giving 100%, giving the 100% green light. I don't know that. I do know that his play calling has become predictable. running the ball on first and second down over and over and over and over, that does not help your quarterback. It does not protect your quarterback. You got to keep those guys on their heels by throwing it on first down, by doing some things on the perimeter, throw the ball out to the wide receivers, let them block, as well as Juwan Jennings blocks. I'm surprised we haven't thrown more wide receiver bubbles and screens out there to the outside to try to loosen up the defense. I'm surprised we haven't done that. But I'm willing to wait on Tyson Helton. I think a lot of people have already said he stinks. When's the last time we have identified an offense coordinator who's good enough? When's the last time we've done it around here? I mean, we always think that the play calling stinks. Play calling is hard to do. A lot of it is anticipating what the defense is going to do. You need all 11 guys to execute. You need playmakers. It's been so long since we've had offense coordinator that people said, "Oh man, he's pretty good." Tennessee broke records in 2016 with their offense, and people still trashing on the board. Makes no sense. I think Tyson Helton will be better when the offensive line is better. It's like the first year when people were crapping on Mike Bajakian. Like, are you guys kidding me? They have no playmakers on the outside. They have this offensive line, but no playmakers. So I need to wait and see if we see a little bit of a difference with Tyson Helton when he gets better protection. But I don't think he did Garantano any favors on Saturday.
Okay, I got you, man. Well, here's my thing, man. You know, when these guys get in trouble, we say, hey, they're grown, man. They know better. And to me, here's what I'm saying. Conversely, I say this, man. These guys, they're grown, man. They have to want to be coached. I mean, true enough, it's the coach's responsibility to get the guys ready, but the guys have to want to be coached, Jason. And you can't tell me that Coach Fulmer didn't have a few guys on that team who were uncoachable when he coached for all those years. There's always a few that you're going to have that's going to be knuckleheads. I think the problem with Tennessee is that we got a lot of knuckleheads on that team right now.
Correct. Yeah. When Coach Fulmer had a few knuckleheads, you had so much leadership that the leadership drowned out those bad apples. Those bad apples were taken out of the offense. They were taken out of the defense. They were ran off. But you have so many players on this team that it doesn't hurt them that they lose a rep. It doesn't bother them all that much. Like last year when they didn't start off the season as well as they wanted to start off, you know, they would rather not go to a bowl game than go to a bad bowl game. Like the energy and the leadership on this team has not been what it needs to be. And I'll tell you one thing that was encouraging yesterday. That was Jeremy Pruitt talking about Cortez Sapp, because the way things have been going over the last few weeks, I thought Cortez Sapp would be on his way out with that incident on Saturday, coming out and contradicting the head coach in a statement. Man, who are you to be giving out a statement? You're still on the football team, and you're contradicting the head coach. That's not how you do things. But it's great to see a grown man in Jeremy Pruitt check his ego a little bit, and then Cortez Sapp, a young man, check his ego a little bit. These guys come together, and they say, you know what? I made a mistake. Okay, you made a mistake. You apologize. I accept your apology. Let's get this thing back. Let's work together to try to fix this. Instead of just flying off the handle and both guys going their separate ways and emotionally making the decision. I thought that was really, really good. Very happy and encouraged by what took place over the last few days with Cortez Sapp and Jeremy Pruitt. Cortez Sapp can now possibly step into a leadership role. I mean, the same people. Oh, my wife just walked by and was like, y'all burning incense in here? Yes, we are burning incense. We're getting rid of the evil spirits.
Getting rid of the energy vampires.
The curse on Tennessee football. We're getting rid of it. But I just think that Cortez Sapp can now turn around and maybe be an ambassador for Jeremy Pruitt. He really can. I'm pretty sure all those players that Pruitt loves to this day didn't start off being his favorite. I'm pretty sure there's some tough times. And hopefully Cortez Sapp can be that guy. Because we need more and more leadership. If you're watching on Swain Event Plus, this is an incense burning. That's the smoke.
We are not on our Snoop Dogg today.
See, look at that. I'll show you. See, look at that. Positive energy in the room. We need it. We need it. Did y'all see the game on Saturday?
Unfortunately.
We need sage tea. We need incense. What else we need?
I need to pour bleach in my eyes after that one. After watching it.
We need
some Jack. Some Gentleman's Jack.
Quite frankly, we just need to pray.
And I
that
said
too.
I said to Big Perm here on Twitter, he was talking about the incense. I said tomorrow we have this today, incense today. We'll have a priest come in tomorrow and perform an exorcism. Then everything will be complete, I think.
And then
the demons will be gone.
We'll have the priest come in tomorrow. On Thursday, Friday, we'll have TC and Turkey Man come in, and we need to pray over this football team for 3 straight hours on Thursday and Friday in preparation of these next 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. They need it. That's for sure.
865-250-503. We will take our first break of the day here on the Swain Event. Hour 1, driven by Toyota Knoxville and ToyotaKnoxville.com.
Hour 1 of the Swain Event is brought to you by Toyota Knoxville. Stop by Toyota Knoxville to see their great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. They are located conveniently off the Lover Road exit at 10415 Parkside Drive, right here in Knoxville.
When you or a loved one is injured in an accident, there are a lot of questions. There are medical bills, lost work time, damages. What will you do? You'll need someone who will have your back. Call former Marine Marcos Garza, 865-540-8300. The Garza Law Firm will be with you every step of the way. Put this number in your phone right now, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to OFOKnox.com. That's OFOKnox.com.
Better Mattress is having their biggest sale of the year. Shop the Labor Day sales event to get a free adjustable base with select mattress set purchases while supplies last. That's a $1,200 value. Save that cash for your tailgates. Since I started sleeping on my Better Mattress with an adjustable base, I have way less neck pain and back pain. It's life-changing. On an adjustable base, with the touch of a button, you can adjust your sleep position without disturbing your partner. It's awesome. A truly customized sleep experience is waiting for you at Better Mattress. Get a free adjustable base during the Better Mattress Labor Day sale. Plus, everyone who shops at Better Mattress during September has a chance to get their purchase refunded back to them in full. It's a deal you won't believe. Ask in store for details. You don't want to miss this. And even better all football season long, when our team wins, someone will get a free queen-size mattress. No purchase necessary. Visit Better Mattress to enter for your chance to win. The winner gets to choose from 3 different mattresses valued at $1,000, and you could get it for free. Go see my friends at Better Mattress during the Labor Day sales event for a handcrafted, made in the USA Better Mattress. Good night, just got better. BEDRmattress.com. Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a new slew of daily specials. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the Chipotle chicken salad, the chicken tender sandwich, or the kitchen sink burrito filled with brisket, pulled pork, and chicken, not to mention queso, jalapenos, and more. It's called the kitchen sink for a reason. Dead End isn't stopping at your plate, though. Be sure to check out their new summer drink offerings, including the Big Orange Crush, My Clementine, or the Tequila Squirt. There is always something new at Dead End Barbecue. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End Barbecue. The summer flavor search is over.
You're listening to the Swain Event.
And you know this, man.
To go here on the Instant, guys. Just a little bit to go. Burning down. I think we're going to have us a nice, good show today. Full of positivity.
No.
You're right.
This isn't something like Wile E. Coyote, and when it gets to the end, it just goes kaboom.
Nah, man.
Okay.
No.
Just making sure.
No.
What's that little design you got on the stick?
I don't know, man. My wife got it for me.
It's Chinese.
How precious.
Whatever. All right, who we got there on the hotline?
We have 3 different people. We've got Andy, Mike in Atlanta, and John in Gainesville.
Let's get to Andy. Andy, good morning.
Good morning. How y'all doing this morning?
We're doing better, Andy. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
Well, Darnell Wright Saturday, he looked so freaking good in orange. Like, I was like, God, he is so freaking huge.
Ooh,
I would love to see him here next year with Wanye. It is amazing how big those kids are already. The size, it blows my mind.
Andy, I'm going to be honest with you. What I really want to talk about is this new tattoo you got.
Yeah. I know somebody already released it.
Andy, I saw a photo on the internet. That was you with the chest and the stomach tattoo?
Yes, a woman at Chick-fil-A asked to take a picture of it. And, I was like, okay, these fans, they really liked it, and they loved it. So I'm like, yeah, I'll let them take a picture of it. Some people were like, no, you can't. Well, I'm like, yeah, go ahead. So
where did that idea come from?
Well, I've always been a hip-hop fan.
Mm-hmm.
And Little John and Little Wayne has always been 2 of my top. So I just took the idea of a Little John version of Smokey. So we took a Hulk body.
Huh?
Go ahead.
So it's a Little John version head with a Hulk body. So we took the Hulk body, modified it, took a Smokey head, modified its mouth to put a grill inside it.
Wow. So neck below the neck, he is the Hulk. He's swole.
Yeah.
Jean shorts are torn, kind of like a Florida fan a little bit. And then and then neck above the neck, he has a smoky head, so like a dog head.
Yes.
Okay, and then he has gold teeth.
Yes,
okay.
He'll have a gold grill inside.
Does he have dreads?
No.
And he has a power T on his chest, correct?
Yes. We took a diamond chain and put a T pinned
That's right.
And it was one of my most favorite pieces I've come up with so far.
Did it hurt?
I have to say yes. At the sternum, yes, it is very painful.
Now, Andy, what you need to do, I need you to tweet this picture at me so we can put it on the show notes and we can show the good people who have not seen this so we can show it off.
Okay. I can do that.
Andy, you have a belt on and you like sagging like really, 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 really bad. Andy, man, thanks for the phone call, man. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Wanye, I saw him in person. Yeah, he is huge. The way Andy explained it was a little weird, but it's okay. We love our recruits. Him and Darnell Wright are massive. I mean, 6'4", 6'5", 285, 300 pounds. Guys can move, great feet. They would probably start day one if they were here. And I did see Darnell Wright. He had on an orange windbreaker jacket. And he is right. He looked really good in his orange. I'm not going to say it the way Andy said it, but he did look good. You know what? I think it's time to go to the next phone call.
I think it is too.
Let's get the Mike. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
I think I'm okay.
I'm going to try to follow up that phone call. Okay? I'm trying to get myself back together real quick.
Okay.
This game, I wanted to call in yesterday, but I was too mad still. This game confused me in so many ways because we just look like we don't have. So the offensive play calling, yes, it was terrible. I don't know if it's him being handcuffed by the offensive line, but you know this too, Jason. There's some times we lined up, and when they were right in the end zone in front of us, and they have 8 men in the box, a safety comes down, one safety over the top, and man on everybody, and Trey Dean, a true freshman, is lined up on Marquez Callaway. If you're Marquez Callaway, are you not putting your, like, somebody get me on a quick slant, get me on a curl. We have enough time to roll JG out. Did you see him roll out one time?
Yeah, we have to be able to check out and stuff like that. I mean, if you have 8 guys in the box and you have a matchup advantage on the outside, we have to allow Jared to be able to check out of that. I mean, he's been a college quarterback for 3 years, and I know this is his 3rd offense coordinator in 3 years, but golly, man, he should be able to handle checking out a bad play and getting us in a better play. So I don't know if he has that liberty. I do not. I don't know if Tyson Helton was micromanaged. It's happened before, Tennessee, where head coaches have kind of told offensive coordinators what to do and what not to do. I don't know if that's going on, but something's not right with the offensive play calling. But I'm not going to sit here and say get rid of Tyson Helton and, he's not going to – he stinks, because I know how limited he is and how his playbook probably splits in half because of the offensive line having so much trouble protecting. But,
and you just said something that I think as well, and I know you're kind of hinting at it. When we played ETSU, before halftime, before we went out on that break for the weather delay, they interviewed Jeremy Pruitt and they asked him, what do you think the problem is? He said, we're not running the football. After they came out and scored a bunch of points, and when they went in for halftime, they interviewed him again. She said, what do you think changed? He said, well, we're running the football. I don't want to think it, but it almost sounds like he's sending a message to his offensive coordinator. And I know from the places that he came from, when you have the talent and you have an offensive line like Alabama, Georgia, Florida State maybe had when he was there, you can lean on people and try to run the football, and that's what you want to establish as your identity. But I don't want him to be telling Tyson Helton, hey, we need to run the football 70% of the time because that's what I want our identity to be. Sometimes you kind of got to work with what you got and do the things that you can do, work within yourself before you try to lean on. I felt like we were trying to lean on Florida, and we were getting blown off the ball 3 yards every time we snapped the ball.
Yeah,
you just can't do that.
Yeah, I don't know exactly if Pruitt is micromanaging Tyson Helton or not. I do not know, but I'm not taking it off the table. I think it's a possibility because I've seen it in the past. I've seen it with our previous coach. I've seen it before that. So that's the only reason why I mentioned it, not because I know that for a fact, is because it could be the case. The wide receivers, they look like to be the strongest group on our offense. You have more guys that can make more plays down the football field. Our running backs, they're solid, but they're not as good as the wide receivers. So I would imagine you try to get the balls in those guys' hands as much as possible. And it doesn't have to be a down-the-field throw. You can run bubble screens. You can run tunnel screens. I have not seen that yet. Maybe we're saving that for some of these teams coming up on the schedule. We're going to need all of those and more. But you have a receiver in Juwan Jennings that can block on the outside. And that is a trait just like a wide receiver that is fast. You would think if you get a wide receiver that's really fast, you throw him a deep ball, right? You send him on vertical routes. Well, Juwan Jennings has a trait. He has a skill set, and that is blocking on the outside. So why not use that skill set to throw the ball to his buddy and let him block if you can't run the ball up the middle? Maybe we see those things moving forward. All right, let's keep it going. Let's get to John in Gainesville. John, good morning. Thanks for the phone call, Mike.
Hey, man, I don't think that a prayer meeting is going to work.
Yes, it will.
God's already stopped our games twice for 2 weather delays, but he couldn't take any more of it. I'm surprised he didn't stop that game the other night. He should have had about 3 lightning strikes out there.
Man, you ain't never lied. It was tough. It was tough to watch.
Have you ever seen? And this translates across all the coaches, and maybe it's just because I follow Tennessee football way harder than I do other schools. Jason, it feels like we're snake bit. I'm talking like fumbling the ball at the 1 yard line with Pope. I mean, I literally think the actual Pope could outrun the Pope on that one. And here he is going in. I don't even think that guy touched him when he laid his body down across. He was literally trying to secure the ball and it fumbled. How many times did we see Jalen Hurd fumble at the 1 yard line? It seemed like that was just it. It seemed like I don't want to say we do it to ourselves, but it almost just seemed like we're snake bit. And my biggest fear, I'm not throwing in the towel, obviously. I'm not sitting there and making a judgment on Jeremy Pruitt yet because that'd be stupid to do that at this point. What is he supposed to do when you got a guy, in particular on the one play where Jerry Garantano gets blindsided? They're running a 7-man front, correct? That's what they're running on that.
Which one did he get hit on? He got hit so much it's hard to keep count.
Very first one. The very first one where he got the ball knocked loose.
In the
and
interception?
literally just went into the
Okay.
Run a 7-man front, and we had a running back and a tight end on the left side. He was going to block his blind side. Now the running back, I'm not going to say his name, literally was right engaged with the guy that he was supposed to be blocking, and literally just on the next screenshot left him and went and double teamed with the tight end, which enabled that guy just to come free and unabated and hit Garantano like he did. I don't understand how you're supposed to coach anymore if a guy sees a player right in front of him and he's the last one on the left end to make that block. I mean, did y'all ever run into this while y'all playing?
I'm sure we have. I mean, that's miscommunication. I'm sure we have. And I've been part of games where everything that could go wrong goes wrong. I've also been part of games where everything that could go right went right. We saw that in 2016 Virginia Tech game where things just started happening for Tennessee. Virginia Tech was coming out. They beat up on Tennessee a little bit, and then they started fumbling, and then we started taking advantage of it and scoring touchdowns. And Saturday was just the opposite. Now, there's some things that Jeremy Pruitt just can't help, and he's trying. The culture is in a bad place. It was in a bad place. I've had a former staff member tell me that the culture after Butch Jones left is worse than the culture after Derek Dooley left. It's in worse shape. And I believe it 100%. So Pruitt's fighting that. He's fighting lack of talent. He's fighting lack of depth. He's fighting a lot of things. And I think it's only going to make him better. It's going to make this program better. And I think these guys are going to fight and coach and recruit, and they'll get done until it's done. They'll try to work hard as they can until it gets done. I think they will really do that. Chris Rump talked to the quarterback club yesterday, said some of those same things. But I think people just need to understand what we are facing and realistic expectations. It's bad. It's bad. It really is. It doesn't help that you play the toughest 3-game schedule in the country. Swain Event, be right back.
Hour 1 of the Swain event is brought to you by Toyota Knoxville. Stop by Toyota Knoxville to see their great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. They are located conveniently off the Lover Road exit at 10415 Parkside Drive, right here in Knoxville.
Big Orange football is better alongside another Tennessee tradition, Mrs. Grissom's salad. Mrs. Grissom's ready-made snacks and meals are perfect for game day. Crowd favorites like the select pimento cheese and cranberry pecan chicken salad are delicious and easy to grab and go right from the grocery store. Going to the game? Visit Mrs. Grissom's in Vol Village for the must-have panini grilled pimento cheese hot dog. Man, select the best. Select Tennessee's own Mrs. Grissom's.
Gentlemen, get back in the game. Did you know that 1 out of every 3 men over 40 may have low testosterone? Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy. Do you know your numbers? Well, I know my numbers. Low T Center made it quick and easy. I walked in, I took a simple blood test, and I knew my result in about 20 minutes. Their service is even covered by most health insurance. So give them a call, 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388. 1388, or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Goes your car insurance. Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today. Looking for a different way to enjoy the Swain event? Then check out Swain Event TV, driven by Toyota Knoxville and ToyotaKnoxville.com. Follow the show on Periscope and Facebook Live. Don't just hear the show, see the show. That's Swain Event TV.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. It is time for Around the SEC, and Around the SEC is brought to you by 42nd Street Design. 42sd.com is the website, and do me a favor. Just go and check out SwainEvent.com, the new SwainEvent.com. Oh, my goodness. It is phenomenal. Clean, custom. That is 42nd Street Design. Give them a call. 865-382-7007. Ask for Mike. He was amazing. Will and the crew did a great job with the Swain Event website, and we're not done yet. We're getting business cards, guys. We're getting marketing material. We're going to be really official here on the Swain Event, and it couldn't be possible without 42nd Street Design. 42sd.com is the website. Check out SwainEvent.com. One-stop shop. You can go view the show. You can go listen to the show live. Also, you can go check out the podcast all in one place. So Really happy about the new Swain Event website. Let's go back to the phones, and let's get to Johnny. Johnny, good morning.
Hey, morning, guys.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, so who was that recruit Andy was talking about?
Darnell Wright.
Which one?
Well, he was loving up on Darnell Wright big time.
Is that the big one? Well, tell Mr. Wright if he ever wakes up from a chloroform coma in a dark, musty room with the smell of sugar cookies in the air, not to fear. He's in Andy's mom's basement.
Oh, stop. Stop it, Johnny.
As soon as he signs, he'll be set free.
Stop it, Johnny. Stop it. Stop it, Johnny. Stop it.
Oh, hey, we could beat that Florida game to death, guys. That thing was so horrible that our poor linebacker, what was his name, Raynoch Thompson, is that right?
Yeah.
Tried to wash away his sorrows and ended up without his shoes on somebody's front porch. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did, man. And Raynoch is, he's been dealing with that stuff for a while, and it's unfortunate, kind of what's going on with Raynoch, but it stinks. It stinks to see that, man. See our foreign players struggling the way they are right now. But I did see that, Johnny. Yep.
Hey, we're gonna give him a pass on this one.
Yeah, we will, man. It was a rough game.
It was. Oh man, hey, we were so predictable on our play calling. I know you guys have talked about it 1,000 times. It was, the one thing that upset me, Pruitt told me, he said to everybody in his opening statement that no matter what, us Tennessee fans, we were going to be proud of the product he put on the field. Was anybody that was a Volunteers fan, was anybody proud of the product that was put on the field Saturday night?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, that's, don't tell us something, because Tennessee fans, we're patient. We have been very patient. We have been very, very patient. Don't say we're going to be proud of something, because we showed up. Those ticket prices were outrageous, but we were there. And it was a horrible scene. It was horrible. It was a miserable game. I mean, if we didn't have bad luck, we wouldn't have had any at all. We burn incense, get priests in here, sacrifice goats, whatever we need to do. I mean, the football gods hate us right now. We have done something really wrong. We should give them Peyton Manning or something to square up stuff.
Hey man, you should never fire Coach Fulmer in 2008, man. That's the
that was the start of the worst thing we ever done.
Yeah,
I'm glad to back, but
that's it. But it's easy to compare Tennessee to other programs. I know as a Tennessee fan, you're sitting there and you're looking at Kentucky, or you're looking at Georgia and how they were able to kind of flip the switch in Kirby Smart's second year, and we have to understand that our situation is a lot different. It's a lot different. We were not a team that was winning 9 games a season consistently and decided to make a move with Mark Richt to bring in Kirby Smart, and then just have a small step to make to get over the hump. That's not us. We're not Kentucky. We don't have the same coach for 6-7 years where he's had time to build that program and develop those players. We're not in that position either. We have our own position, which is we're on our 5th coach in 10 years. We have different ADs. We've had different chancellors, different presidents. We have some instability with the leadership. We are in a different spot. We have players on our football team that don't understand the power of the T and what it means to wear it with pride, and go out there and be prideful in the work you put on the field and the tape you put out there. We don't have a team full of players that get that. We have some guys who get that, but we don't have a team full of players who understand that. And it's going to take Jeremy Pruitt some time to flush that out and bring in guys that do understand that.
Oh yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's just, it was just a miserable mess to see out there, and it was a shame. I'm glad that it's lucky we're playing Georgia, Alabama, and Auburn, because just imagine if we were playing Appalachian State or that Old Dominion team, we'd still get waxed. So at least we're going to have an excuse.
Well, I hope that would be the case if we play those teams. Johnny, thanks for the phone call, man. Dropping bombs on here this morning. Let's get to Mark. Mark, good morning.
What's happening, Swain?
What's up, Mark?
Man, Andy needs a shower, don't he? Hey, man.
Leave Andy alone. Leave Andy alone, Mark. Johnny.
I love me some Andy, man.
I'll leave him alone.
He is my uncle. He's not really my uncle, but I had an uncle just like Andy. Tattoos and all that stuff, man. He's a funny guy. Hey, I got a question for you, dude. Does it look like our plays take forever to develop? I was noticing that up in the thing, and it was just like, we have no speed.
Yeah, well, we don't have any burners on the outside. We got some fast guys. We don't have any burners. I think we have a lot of wide receivers that do the same thing. But I think it seems so long for our players to develop because Jared doesn't have much time to throw the football.
Well, that's true. He is under duress really quick.
Yeah. Man, it's taking forever. It's only been a second, guy. Oh. That's why I feel like it's taking forever. The snap of the football, 1 second later, there's somebody in the backfield.
All right, well, maybe that's what it is. It just seems like it took forever for a guy to get open. Maybe I was just praying he wouldn't get killed before he could get rid of the ball. But, hey, today's the last day of the week. We're going to bury it tonight, man. Go Vols, baby.
All right, see you, man. Thanks, Mark. All right, we got to take a break. We got Vol Nation on hold, but we'll have to get to Vol Nation after the break. So hold the line for us, Vol Nation. We got Attaboy coming up next here in the Swain event, Hour 1, driven by Toyota Knoxville and ToyotaKnoxville.com.
Hour 1 of the Swain event is brought to you by Toyota Knoxville. Stop by Toyota Knoxville to see their great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. They are located conveniently off the Lover Road exit at 10415 Parkside Drive, right here in Knoxville.
There is a 20% chance of showers this morning, mostly cloudy, but gradually becoming sunnier throughout the day with a high of 85. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 66. Sunny tomorrow with a high near 88 and a low around 65. Thursday looks to have more sunny skies and a high in the upper 80s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by B-Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, B-Dry can help. BDry.com. Do you have cracks in your foundation? A wet basement or a nasty, leaky crawl space? Our listeners have heard about them on the Swain event for over a year, and now it's time to make the call. Give B-Dry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair the opportunity to fix your home's problem. Since 1958, that's right, nearly 60 years, B-Dry has been solving basement, crawl space, and foundation problems throughout the country. B-Dry only uses high-quality materials from reputable manufacturers. They back their installations with some of the best warranties in the industry to provide homeowners with added peace of mind. They are truly an A-plus company. Whenever you start experiencing a wet basement, leaky crawl space, or a cracked foundation, remember these 3 words: better call B-Dry. Reach out to B-Dry today at 865-662-5238 to schedule your free appointment. That's 865-662-5238. Remember, better call B-Dry.
It's almost football time in Tennessee, which means it's time to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Tommy Bahama, and all those retro logos you love. Don't forget about your game day crew. Plenty of selection for the ladies, the little balls, and to upgrade their tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com.
Hey Annie, you're the spokesperson for Toyota Knoxville, right?
That's right.
Why should I buy from Toyota Knoxville?
Are you looking for new or used vehicles?
Does it matter?
No, because Toyota Knoxville has over 390 new Toyotas on the ground and over 350 pre-owned vehicles available to choose from.
Okay, so big selection.
And a lifetime warranty at no charge on all new and select pre-owned vehicles.
A lifetime warranty.
A non-factory limited lifetime powertrain warranty with unlimited miles. Plus 30 years of experience in Knoxville, not just serving our customers, serving our community.
And the buying experience?
Hello, it's Toyota Knoxville. Read the reviews. Talk to anybody that's been there.
Okay. Where am I going?
Toyota Knoxville is at I-40 and the Lover Road exit. Go to Parkside Drive. You can't miss it.
Can I tell them Annie sent me?
I wish you would. If you're passionate about the car you drive, come meet the people that are passionate about the way they sell at Toyota Knoxville. ToyotaKnoxville.com.
Warranty good at participating dealers.
Beatty Chevrolet is celebrating 85 years of low prices. And during Truck Month, choose from over 400 trucks and SUVs, all deeply discounted. Like a new Silverado, now 25% off. A new Equinox, now 20% off. And a certified pre-owned 15 Equinox or Terrain, now $16,995. Plus, buy with confidence with the Beatty warranty for life.
Big selection and even bigger savings. That's why it's better at Beatty Chevrolet.
Stock number 232, savings off MSRP, include all dealer savings and manufacturer incentives with approved credit. Must finance through GM. Offer expires 8/31/18.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
All right, individuals, it is time for Attaboy, where we highlight positivity out here in the world. And Charlie, Attaboy is brought to you by Premier Surgical and PremierSurgical.com.
PAD, or peripheral arterial disease, is a dangerous hardening of the arteries that can lead to infection and even limb amputation. September is PAD and Vascular Disease Awareness Month, and the vascular surgeons of Premier Surgical Associates want you to know that finding and treating PAD early is the key. So go to PremierSurgical.com right now. You can find out the risk factors, the symptoms of PAD, and you can find out not just about PAD, but also about other vascular diseases there. And Premier Surgical can help you out. PremierSurgical.com. I have an attaboy for a Tennessee team that is just quietly chugging along and doing big things.
The Memphis Tigers football team.
Well, yes, correct. But at the actual University of Tennessee of Knoxville, a team that is not losing to Florida by 30 points, that would be the women's soccer team at Tennessee. Quietly, they are 8-1-1 according to the RPI rankings of the NCAA. They are number 11 in America right now. They play this Friday at Kentucky. So if you want to make a trip to Lexington, you do you.
You should go, Charlie.
They will be back in Knoxville on October 7th, and they'll play Vanderbilt here. But they're chugging right along. They're on a 2-game winning streak.
Who they play?
Who they play?
They play Kentucky.
Who else?
What?
Who does Tennessee play after their trip to Kentucky?
Okay, so they just beat Ole Miss and Mississippi State twice in a row.
Okay.
And then they play at Kentucky, and then they play at Florida in Gainesville, so they'll have a chance.
Who they play October the 7th?
Oh, that would be Vanderbilt.
There you go, Charlie. There you go. There you go, Charlie.
Yeah, but that one will be in Knoxville on October 7th. But just want to give them a shout out because they deserve some recognition. Like I said, 8-1-1, ranked 11th in America right now. So go support those girls.
I think you should go up to Kentucky this weekend and watch them play.
I think I'm good.
You're not VFL, Charlie.
Sorry. Got stuff I need to do here.
I love giving our Tennessee teams props when they deserve it. But do you know how weird that was?
What?
A Tuesday after a Florida game. We're finding positivity, and we can't brag about our football team, so we have to brag about our ladies' soccer team, which, hey, it's cool. It's cool.
Got to find positivity where you can get it.
It's weird.
I'd say we just talk about Tennessee basketball for 3 hours.
Is it basketball season yet?
You can perpetually.
It actually is basketball season. Like, officially, it started.
You can perpetually find positivity in Tennessee's basketball team, but for right now, if you want something that's completely in season, it's women's soccer, and they're doing very well. So
let's get to Vol Nation. Vol Nation, good morning.
Good morning, family. How y'all doing, man?
Man, we're doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing better, much better, man. But yes, basketball season is right around the corner. Can't wait to see Admiral Schofield, everybody on the court. And, I got to give a shout-out to Penny Hardaway, too. Just got to do that.
Nope. No love here, Penny. Sorry, man.
But, hey, man, I was trying to go back and look at the game, and I couldn't do it. I watched, I was sitting there that whole time. We stayed almost to the end of the game. And but anyway, I tried to go back and break down film. It was just difficult. And, we were watching the game, and I want to encourage everybody. I truly believe that Coach Fulmer has selected someone that's going to come in and do the job, like you were saying earlier, and get us back on track. And we will be successful. It really is going to take some time. As we were watching the game together, we were sitting there with some friends, and we were down 14-0, and I looked and I said, something's not right. I said, it looks very familiar to me. I just can't put my finger on it. I don't understand it. But I said, something's not right. And I said, I think it's over. She says, it's so early in the game. I said, I understand that. I said, but I see something I just don't really recognize. So we watched a little bit more. She looked at me. She says, oh, my gosh. She says, it reminds me of when we were in Albany, Georgia, and you were coaching with Sherwood Christian Academy. It reminds me of that. And it hit me. I was like, oh, my gosh, because most of you guys know me as Vol Nation. Some people know me as Pastor Thomas. Some people know me as Coach Malone. And for about 7 years, we were in Albany, Georgia. And I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Facing the Giants, but that was our movie. That was our team. I was one of those coaches. And we were actually in a situation where we had left a very prestigious program, had gone over to Sherwood Christian Academy, and they had their own football program. But it was a team that nobody really prepared for. You just knew that you chalked it up as a W every time you played them. And when we went over there, normally when the coach leaves, which Jimmy Fields, he left and went to do some roofing with his family or whatever to see whether or not he wanted a real job compared to just coaching. And the rest of his staff left, and we went over to that school, and it was really hard because these kids were just used to losing. The culture there, was when they showed up at the football games, they had practice or whatever, but they went out there as a sacrificial lamb. Not even the fans or the parents would even pay attention to the game. It'd be more of a social session for them just to be hanging out together or whatever. They had no idea that or the importance of them being able to cheer their children on and focus on the game and encourage them. And the kids had no desire. Well, I won't say they didn't have a desire to win, but they didn't have a thought in their head that they were going to win. They just knew that they were going to go out there, play some football, but they were going to end up losing, and it was okay. That was where they were at. They had never had an off-season program. They had never had anything. So we started implementing things, and we got them ready. And they were a different team. They were bigger. They were stronger. They were faster. They really understood the game. And we went into our first game that year, and they did really well up until the fourth quarter. And one thing happened. One thing went wrong. And you could see it in their eyes. You could see it in their body posture. We called a timeout and was like, what's wrong with y'all? And I said, you need to wake up. And we started, kind of coaching them up again. They went back out there. Another thing happened. And it was that thing that my wife mentioned. She said it was like Murphy's Law. Anything that's going to happen would happen. From that point forward, it began a spiral, which took place the rest of the season. They never could recover. And I didn't understand that. I could not understand that mentality where you would just give up. But that was embedded in the minds of those seniors and those juniors because they were just used to losing. And it took some time because when Jimmy came back and he took over the program the next year, he became AD and all that, we moved forward. And this is where the story kind of began with Facing the Giants and bits and pieces. But we turned that program around. But we basically had to allow those seniors to graduate. We had to allow some of these juniors that were there, we had to let them go. They could not buy it. They just could not get past that mentality. And we took the few that was left, and a lot of the freshmen and sophomores and the kids that were 8th and 9th graders the year before, and we started infiltrating them in and things of that nature. And it took about 2 years for us to turn that thing around and begin to start winning again. And it was amazing to see these kids embrace a different tradition, a different mentality. And I truly believe that's a process that's going to have to take place here because when I looked at those guys, when those one thing happened and another thing happened, you just saw it in their body language that it was a spiral that took place on Sunday, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And then you start seeing people trying to do too much. Because they're pressing, they're anxious, Even Garantano, he's trying to make it happen, and all of a sudden his vision became very narrow. He started throwing into double coverage, trying to force the issue, and all the kids are they're working hard, they're fighting, but they're not thinking, and the game is not coming to them, and it just fell apart right in front of our eyes. And so, looking at that situation, it's going to take him some time. to allow this group to go past and to bring in the guys that he's looking for that has those intangibles and to create a different mentality with these kids. And we're going to see a different program, but we're going to have to give him some time.
Vol Nation, good stuff, man. Appreciate the phone call. Thank you for the story. It sounds like it needs to be a movie like Remember the Titans 2 or something. That was a really good story. Hour 2 coming up around the corner. Stay with us.
If you love the Swain event and you want more of the show every day, you can now get it with Swain Event Plus. Swain Event Plus features exclusive, in-depth interviews with former Vols.
She saved my life. I probably would have never made the comments, man. I looked at him and said, Coach, no disrespect. I'm going to Tennessee. I'm going to play in the SEC.
With Swain Event Plus, you can also get access to the exclusive podcast Reel on the Hill with Tennessee media legend John Bryce.
What is going on there with that battle?
I had lunch with some folks over the course of this past week who indicated some inside the program believe that Jarrett Garantano is really ready to take that next step.
So go to SwainEventPlus.com right now to sign up and check out all of the amazing extras that you can get. That's SwainEventPlus.com. Get more.
VFL's Jason Swain and Todd Kelly here with our Men on Football and Smoothie segment. Let's discuss some of our favorite smoothies and how they impact our lives. TK, man, tell me which smoothie comes to mind when you think about playing defense.
Swain-O, the Peanut Butter Power Plus and the Power Punch Plus provide the energy needed to make plays every time they take the field. Then you have the Gladiator and the Hawk, nutrition every dominant player has to have. Bottom line, everyone wants to be a dominant player. Now, Swain, you tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
TK, it's simple. You always score with Smoothie King. The shredder personifies what we are going to do to opposing defenses. The berry punch and activator will light up the scoreboard. And in case we need to go into overtime, the pure recharge will put us over the top for the win.
Swain-O, you know I love football and Smoothie King. I'm a VFL, a Smoothie King for life. The chocolate gladiator and the chocolate shredder with the scoop of peanut butter, oh, that's my go-to smoothie. They get a chest bump all day.
Yes, sir. This concludes our Men on Football and Smoothie King segment for today. Don't forget the Sip by Sip program. Use Smoothie King as a meal replacement 5 or more times a week, and you'll feel and see the difference. Smoothie King, the healthy alternative to fast food. Delicious and nutritious. TK.
Don't forget the peanut butter. Yeah, boy.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain event.
Goes your car insurance.
Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. It's not available in all states.
Touchdown or turnover is backed by Alcoa Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Touchdown turnover backed by Alcoa Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. Better rates and better service. Hour 2 is brought to you by Alumni Hall. Get game day ready. All right, guys. Touchdown or turnover. We're going to take a look to the NFL. Touchdown turnover. The NFL will modify. They will modify the quarterback protection rule. We're seeing some changes now with the NFL that now you can't even tackle the quarterback and land on him without a penalty. This is the Aaron Rodgers penalty. They had the penalty changed a couple years ago. The rule changed a couple years ago when Tom Brady was ran into and tore his ACL. I think it was the Kansas City Chiefs, and they played them. And they changed the rule, Tom Brady rule. You can't lunge into the knees of a quarterback. Now you have the Aaron Rodgers rule because
One landed on Aaron Rodgers and broke his collarbone. Well, now you're seeing flags, it seems like on every sack. Because last time I checked, the defensive lineman was 285, 300 pounds, and if he lands on the quarterback, it's probably going to look bad. But we're seeing penalties every sack. Do we see a change with the NFL rule, touchdown or turnover?
I think we do. I'll say touchdown. When you have Ben Roethlisberger and Aaron Rodgers coming out and saying that it's pretty much their rule, and the rule is meant to protect those guys, the star quarterbacks in the league, and those star quarterbacks coming out and saying this rule is stupid, then yes, it is time to make an adjustment. My only question is, when do they make it? Do they wait until after the season and do it during the offseason? Because that's kind of the MO of when kind of any league goes to a rule change. But with as many ridiculous penalties that have been thrown, and I don't think it's the ref that is on the field is not their fault. They're just doing their job, because there have been a lot of unnecessary penalties called where the player did just the weight landed on the quarterback, and if the official, as the rule says, you have to go to the penalty in that situation. So it's more of a rule problem, not an officiating problem. But I'll go touchdown. There's just too many silly. That Clay Matthews one, I can't get over that one. Hit Alex Smith. It's just 3 weeks in a row, I believe, Clay Matthews, where it's just a ridiculous rough pass penalty. I'll go touchdown.
Yeah, I think it was Clay Matthews in his entire career to this point had 4 roughing the passer calls, and he's had 3 in the first 3 weeks of this season. It's an outlandish rule, but I'll say turnover. I don't think there will be a change because
you gotta call a spade a spade.
The NFL sucks. I don't mean that as, obviously I love the Titans and I watch every week. I mean it as just the league and the front office. Like, they make decisions that are baffling to me, and their rule changes are. Like I said, I mean, I hate this one, but I just think that they're going to be stubborn. I think they're going to stick to their guns because they don't like looking foolish, even though in this case they already do. So I'll just say the league's stubborn, and they they get hit hard, don't change it. But I mean, let me say, I want it changed. It's dumb, and it's a softening of football. But I'll say this.
I'll say touchdown. I think they make some changes. I have another touchdown turnover for you guys, and then we'll get to the phone. Jalen McCleskey. Legacy. His daddy played here. J.J. McCleskey from Carnes High School. Played in the NFL. He's now DB coach at Tulane University. Jalen McCleskey is transferring from Oklahoma State. He went in as really like a gray shirt type of candidate at other big schools, but Oklahoma State took him, and he's worked his tail off. He is a top 10 receiver in Oklahoma State school history. He caught 167 passes, 1,800 yards, and 17 touchdowns during his time. That's good enough for 6 all-time. 6 all-time in receptions and 9 for touchdowns. And he is going to sit out for the rest of the season and redshirt and then transfer. Touchdown turnover. That Jalen McCleskey will be a Vol in 2019.
I have no idea, quite frankly. I mean, maybe you have a little insight than Charlie and I do, but
maybe not.
I just have no idea for his motive for transferring. I know Coach Gundy came out and said that he wants the ball more.
That was shady, man. That sounded like some shade right there.
It was. So, and I did think it's a little weird that, because I think you would agree that Jalen McCleskey is an NFL prospect.
Yes.
Why? And again, we don't know what's going on. Like what his thinking is behind this decision. We don't know maybe the interaction between him and the coaching staff, but why not just continue to play the rest of the year and then go to the NFL rather than spend an entire season in college football? Again, I don't know what he's thinking, but that's just kind of my viewing of it from the outside looking in. But I have no idea. I can see him wanting to play for his dad at Tulane. I think that's a pretty cool thing to do, to get to play for your dad. You don't get to do that much. And I know, JJ? I get the two names mixed up.
JJ is the DB coach.
So technically he wouldn't be playing for his dad, but they do around each other more. I'll just go out on a limb and say touchdown. I'll let my VFL show here and hope that he does come to Tennessee.
And I'll just go with the flip side and say turnover that he goes plays for his dad. Yep. I am. No, I just why not? I think it would be a cool opportunity and a thing that I think for him would be neat to go play for your dad. So I'll say that.
I mean, technically he's not playing for his dad.
Well, yeah, but on the same team.
Unless his dad moves to wide receiver coach, which he could do, because JJ trained wide receivers probably more than he did DB. He played DB, but JJ, and I've talked to JJ plenty of times about this, he actually likes coaching wide receivers more than he likes coaching DBs. So, two options for me. He's either at Tulane, JJ moves to wide receiver coach, or he is at Tennessee next year. So,
I would say it doesn't make a lot of sense to me for him to come to Tennessee because Jeremy Pruitt so clearly his MO is that he wants to run the ball. Like that is how he what? They run the ball 69% of the time this year.
Nice. This year.
What? You think that's going to change? He's talked just how much he wants to run the ball in press conferences and things. You think he's going to totally flip his philosophy from year?
This year he wants to run the football this year. But Charlie, we have a wide receiver recruit committed. We're going to get probably another one committed. So why even recruit wide receivers if that's the case?
Well, I guess I say that in that there will be plenty of competition at that position, much like there would be at Oklahoma State. I don't see how it would be that much different, although he would, I assume, he would fall into the top.
Hey, Charlie, cool it off. You still got to pass the ball. You still got to recruit wide receivers. And Jalen would come in and instantly be a starter. Instantly.
In your opinion, if he was inserted into the 2018 Tennessee wide receiver, where does he rank?
He would be probably 1 or 2. I mean, he would be in the slot. Brandon Johnson would probably be, on the bench. If Jalen Kessler was here. You're not going to outwork Jalen Kessler. No. And he's a technician. And he's good. So I think he goes 2 places, either Tennessee or Tulane. I'll go with Charlie. I'll say turnover. I think it's easier for JJ to switch to wide receiver than Jalen to come here and JJ to come here. Now, I have not talked to JJ about it. I tried to. I have not yet. So, I don't know.
At this point in the season, if Gundy is to be believed, and take it with a grain of salt. With what Gundy said, how Jalen doesn't have, he feels he's not getting enough.
I think that was an uncalled for comment.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. But I will say, if that's true, Jalen does feel that way. He hasn't gotten called enough. He has 15 receptions for 2 touchdowns. That is more than any receiver on Tennessee's team has so far this year.
Oklahoma throws the ball like 70% of the time.
They do.
I mean, they toss it across the yard.
If like what Charlie's saying, if Gundy is to be believed, it would not be a smart business decision to leave Oklahoma State and come to Tennessee if you want to win football. One because Oklahoma State throws the ball more.
Yeah, if you come in this year.
But even next year, I mean, I know you have one year Morris coming in and down the right potentially, but what offensive line is giving you time to throw the football?
You can throw the ball more from year to year. I mean, it's kind of hard to predict what we're going to do offensively next year. I mean, hell, we don't know what we're doing this year. Do we know what we're doing this year? No, we have no clue yet. So how do you predict next year? Let's get to Nathan. Nathan, good morning.
Morning, fellas. How you doing?
Hey, Nathan.
Yeah, I came up over the weekend and tailgated, did the whole thing from about 9 in the morning until the game, and had a good day. But that was tough.
I want to hug you right now, Nathan, man. You sound really down.
Yeah. I mean, that was a. Usually we get up on, if we come home from church or DVR it, but me and the wife, my kids stayed with the parents, and it got in about 2 o'clock in the morning. We're here in Chattanooga, so she wanted to watch it. And Jeremy Pruitt show, and turned it on, and man, I sat through it about 5 minutes to say, I watched this garbage last night. I can't watch it again. I mean, I know this is just a little venting, and I know y'all heard it, and I know we got to get over it. But when you sit in the stands and you listen to those Florida people around you, and people getting hot, Tennessee fans just getting hot because of giving it all. People traveling 3 and 4 hours and paying premium dollar for seats, and celebrating the 98, and it coming out there for that. Now, coming out there for a competitive game where we were overall executing and we just come up short, I mean, I think everybody walks out of there with their head up.
Yeah, it's different.
But, I mean, I just don't see how we practiced for a week, how we prepared throughout the summer to come out there and do that. I mean, that was just, okay. The onside kick. Now, some people say that's a good call. Some people have issue. When it happened, I said, and I don't care if we would have got the football, I would have kind of breathed a sigh of relief and said, well, that was ballsy. I'm glad it worked out. But, we're down by 2 touchdowns. To me, that's a panic move. There was no reason to do that because you just surrendered your field position for the entire quarter. And it ended up being a 10-point swing. I mean, I know he's kind of cutting his teeth here a little bit, and he maybe felt like he needed to get aggressive to change momentum. But what he showed me and what he showed his team, in my opinion, is that, okay, we're down 14 points. We better panic and do an onside kick here in the first freaking quarter. I mean,
that's one way to look at it. The other way,
we're down 14 points.
Yeah,
there's no reason why we can't put that defense out there, kick it off, hold them back, make a play, and just play the football game. We don't have to do that in the first quarter.
Well, I think we're saying that because the players didn't execute a simple play. I mean, you got 4 guys running the football and one Florida player, and someone is not doing what their coach do. Someone did not do their job. So I think hindsight is easy to look back at that and go, well, that was a bad decision because they punted, they pinned us, and then they got the safety. And then they went down and they scored touchdowns. Actually, a 9-point swing there. But, Tennessee needed a jolt. Tennessee needed to get their crowd back into the football game. I thought that was a perfect opportunity to do that. You move the ball down there. You didn't convert. Third down, so you kick a field goal. You get that onside kick. You go back down there and possibly score. You're putting your crowd back into the game. And as much as people like you got up, tailgated, got ready for the game, was prepared to be loud, was prepared to lose your voice, you really never had a chance to do that because Florida took Tennessee out of the game from the opening kickoff. And I thought Brew was trying to get his team, get the crowd behind his team and get his team to wake up a little bit. We've seen in basketball where coaches deliberately get technical fouls to try to wake and fire up the team. I thought that was Brew doing that with the onside kick. But I understand it's easy to go back there and say that that you should have done that. I get it.
Sure, and I mean, we can just but like I said, even when it happened, I felt like if we would have won, it would have been awesome. If we would have got the football, and But anyways, lastly, we got an all-star really coaching staff here. I mean, I think there are some concerns that we got a defensive coordinator that has never really coached in that position before. But we got Jeremy Pruitt, and I think that's his defense. It looks like he's calling the shots. an offensive coordinator that hasn't. That's a little bit of a concern. But these guys know what they're doing. These guys are experienced. These guys have been around a tremendous amount of success. It's just so frustrating. It seems like we get coached. We're the place, like just venting, but we're the place where coaches and good football players come to die, or it's been that way for a decade. That's just so struggling.
It feels that way.
Do y'all think that we've ever overcome on the offensive line not taking an offensive lineman that year that Dooley didn't do that?
Yeah, 2012.
Have we ever overcome that?
2012. It seems like we haven't, but I think the reason why we have not is because you've had injuries and you've had guys leave the program. I think if those guys would have stayed, you could say, okay, yeah, we've overcome that. I mean, Tennessee ran the football fairly well in 2016 and had a record-breaking offensive year. So that was 4 years after not taking an offensive lineman. So I would say, yeah, I think we have overcome that. It seems like we have it just because of where we are right now. But I think 2015 and 2016 kind of proved that we kind of got over it. Now, you did have Josh Dobbs that made everyone look better than what they really were. But 2016, you could definitely say yes. Thanks for the phone call there, Nathan. I get it. I get looking at that onside kick and maybe questioning it because it didn't work. But in the moment, I understand. And I was sitting there with Sean Reed, and when Florida got it, I didn't really know how to feel. I looked at him, he looked at me, and we were just like, woo, man, what a call. But going back and watching the film and watching how close we were and seeing that someone didn't do their job, I get why Pruitt did it. I'm sure he wanted to do it earlier in the game, but didn't have a chance to do it. You got to score to be able to do it, unless you're going to do it in the opening kickoff. So it was right there. What they saw on film was, okay, there's a little gap right there, and the kicker was perfect. He executed that kick perfectly, and someone wanted to be the hero instead of just doing their job, and it cost Tennessee the ball. Hour 2 continues after this.
All right, team, listen up. It's tailgating time again in Tennessee. But most importantly, team, you're going to need to refi that tailgate and the truck it's attached to with a refinanced auto loan with Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union with their Got That promotion. They'll give you up to $500 for your debt. Are you serious, Coach? That's right, Johnny. Alcoa 10 will pay you up to $500 for your debt. Now, let's get out there and spread the word. Say it with me. Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10.
ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a new slew of daily specials. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the Chipotle chicken salad, the chicken tender sandwich, or the kitchen sink burrito filled with brisket, pulled pork, and chicken, not to mention queso, jalapenos, and more. It's called the kitchen sink for a reason. Dead End isn't stopping at your plate, though. Be sure to check out their new summer drink offerings, including the Big Orange Crush, My Clementine, or the Tequila Squirt. There is always something new at Dead End Barbecue. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End Barbecue. The summer flavor search is over.
Eight 255-03 B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Let's bring in Turkey Man, who's waiting patiently on line. Nope. We don't have Turkey Man. Sorry.
Well, we do have Turkey Man.
I can't let you skip the line, Turkey Man. We have Josh in Virginia.
But let me try to think of which one. We have 3 people on hold right now. Let me think of which one is Josh from Virginia. I think it's this one.
All right. Who we got there?
Can you hear me?
Is this Josh?
This is Josh.
Hey, good guess, Ben. You win a new car.
You know that game.
Good job.
You know that game they do on the scoreboard where they put like the baseball in the baseball hat and it's 3 hats and they like shift them all around.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I feel like I'm doing over here with the phone, trying to remember who's on which one.
Lucky guess.
Well, I feel like the champion of the day because I never get that stuff right. So,
champion of the day.
Sounds like a Butch Jones quote.
Yes, Josh, you are.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
We messing with you.
You guys doing all right?
We're well, man. We're well. How are you?
Doing good. I appreciate the counseling session yesterday after the weekend. I'm supposed to come down for the Kentucky game, but after what I saw, I don't know if I want to make that 6-hour trip. But I think I'm going to do my job as a fan and come out there and stick it out, no matter highs or lows, and just see what happens.
Hey, man, I think the fans are at the crossroads right now, and I'm not going to judge them either way. If you decide to come and continue to come, if you decide to not come because you're tired of spending your money and tired of being let down, I understand both sides of it. For me, I'm going to continue to go and continue to try to support these guys in body and spirit. So I'll be there as much as I can, because I think we have the right people in place to fix this stuff. It just takes getting some new players in here. But I'm not going to judge any fan. I'm not going to be the fan police. You're not a real VFL if you don't spend $500 to watch Tennessee get beat by 50. Like, come on, that don't make any sense.
Yeah. Josh, let me ask you this: if obviously Tennessee is probably going to lose to Alabama, Auburn, and Georgia. I think that's chalked up as a loss, unfortunately.
You don't know
is there anything that you can see within a loss to those schools that would make you say, okay, I want to go down and watch Tennessee and Kentucky play?
I mean, I would like to see a whole lot more effort, because it seems to me that everybody that Tennessee plays and everybody that comes to the stands knows what Tennessee is supposed to be and who they should be, but the actual players, or let me say, a lot of the players don't realize what Tennessee is supposed to be, or what they're supposed to play like, what they're supposed to act like, and so they come in defeated. I mean, Florida, granted, what's the guy's name, Felipe? I mean, he's not a great quarterback, but he probably had one of his best games because he got pumped up because it was Tennessee.
Yeah, we made him look good, man. He looked like Danny Warfel back there, Tim Tebow.
But I mean, I'm probably going to be there. I've got a lot of experience with pulling for bad teams. I'm a Cubs fan. They finally won the World Series. And, I was with the Blackhawks when they sucked, and they finally got it together this past decade. And I'm a Dolphins fan too, so I know what it's like to pull for some teams that aren't doing what they're supposed to do. But,
the Dolphins beat the Raiders.
Well,
they beat
Gruden. That's good. Yeah, that's exactly right. And hopefully I don't think they've lost this year, but
no, they're in first place right now.
3-0.
So we'll see. But I expect I'll be there. I've paid the $120 to come sit and watch them. Hopefully they will actually, learn who they are supposed to be and play like they should. But win or lose, I'll be there.
Well, Josh,
was bringing the family.
Well, Josh, we'll burn some incense in our seats, okay, at the game. I don't know if you can actually do that. I don't know if that's going to pass the clear back test or not. But I think if the whole stadium burns incense, I think we can beat Kentucky, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, if nothing else, I'm pretty sure the men's basketball are going to be in town Friday night, so I'll get to go see that.
That works.
Yeah, get to see a win there. So
that works. Josh, thanks for the phone call, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I've always been a subscriber to the anything truly can happen in sports. So like the Eagles never won a Super Bowl till this last year. I don't know if Eagles fans ever thought it would truly happen, and then they have this dream year. I think with Tennessee, it's not an if, it is a win because of the resources and everything that the school has. You will get back. You will get back.
Yeah, there's too much on line for Coach Fulmer's legacy to let this thing.
Exactly.
Hey, if Tiger Woods can come back from the dead, Tennessee football can come back from the dead.
Yeah,
absolute truth.
I just think that Coach Fulmer, at the end of the day, is going to make sure that this thing is rectified. I really do believe that his legacy is on the line here. He stumped for this job. He wanted this job. Many people felt like, he politicked for this job on multiple occasions, and he has it. So all that hard work to get this job, I would be shocked if he does not fix things to have Tennessee football put out a product that the fans are proud of. And it's going to take some time. I don't think Coach Fulmer quite understood how bad and toxic it was over the last 2 years. I don't think he really understood it. And now he has a firm understanding of what needs to be done. And it's going to take some time. It's going to take everyone pulling in the right direction. Same thing that Coach Fulmer has said. He is absolutely right. All right, let's go back to the phones. Let's get to Brooks. Brooks, good morning.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, man.
Thanks for calling.
I can appreciate Josh's comments because I've been a Detroit Lions fan for years, so that hasn't been too fun. But my comment kind of goes along with that. I also played on some crappy sports teams, and we lost a lot of years in a row. How much – I mean, I know a lot of it is mental, but what does it take to get over that mental hump? Because I feel like our guys is just it's a matter of they're so used to losing, and as soon as that first taste of adversity happens, a turnover or something, it's just like, well, here we go again. And you could see the same thing in the fans when they were talking about on TV, when the game started, it's like 107 decibels, and then a minute and a half later, it's like 80 decibels. What does it take to get over that hump? Is it a matter of just relying more on younger guys and some of those guys that haven't lost as much, or?
I don't think it's X's and O's, Brooks. I think it is the chemistry inside that locker room. I mean, I think these guys during the off week need to take a trip like remember the Titans. They need to go in the woods together and go practice together. Honestly, so they can grow closer together. We've had a lot of drama in this locker room over the last 24 months, and some of these guys are still on this football team. And so, how do you take constructive criticism if you don't respect the man next to you? I mean, that's hard to do. And so, I just think it's not X's and O's. I think it's chemistry. I think it's these guys being able to be humble and take coaching and play for one another and not be entitled. I think it's more to do with that than the play calling of offense coordinator or defense coordinator. I really do believe that. And to try to answer your question about how do you get over the hump, you hope that the leadership will wake up one day and go, you know what, man, I'm tired of losing. I mean, that's what happened to me, and that's why I thought that this Tennessee football team would win a game that they're not supposed to win, or maybe do a little bit better than what the experts thought. Because I remember going 5-6 and how embarrassed I was, and how I couldn't sleep until we got this thing back, until we were better and had opportunity to try to win a championship. And that 06 season had a lot of fluky stuff happen. Fumbled, LSU lost that game, and then Ainge got hurt, and Inky and Justin Harrell, and lost by 1 point to Florida after going up by 2 touchdowns after a pick six. A lot of crazy stuff happened in that season, but I can say that we didn't win because we were not close. We didn't win because we didn't love each other, because we didn't put the team first. And that's what you have to have. I don't think this team has enough of it. 865-200-5503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. I still love those dudes. I mean, I was in paradise over the weekend until the game. Jason Allen came in town, and Turk McBride, and Albert Hainsworth. So I got a chance to sit down and talk to Albert Hainsworth about how to shoot a gator. So he walked me through how to do all that. I saw so many people. Dante had some words with Dante there Friday night.
Stalworth.
I looked up to Dante. I knew I would never beat Dante because I'm not fast like him, but I looked up how he played the game and how hard he worked. He had a weight room record of bench press at 420 pounds, something I was trying to beat. Came close but didn't get it. But I was in paradise meeting guys that I used to watch on television, that when I came here to Tennessee, I wanted to kind of carry the torch. Saw Travis Henry, Travis Stevens. Those boys still look like they could play right now.
Can they?
I think so.
No, like literally. Can they?
I bet they can. I bet they can.
I mean, Travis Henry has a son by now in college, right?
I'm sure. He looks like he can play. Like both of those guys look like they can play, and so that's the issue. I don't think it's all X's and O's. Of course, we need more talent, but man, those dudes they don't fight for each other, man. That's apparent.
Where do we need to plan this run that they can go on to build some team camaraderie like they did?
They need to go. They need to go to Rocky Top, man. They need to go to the mountains, like Coach Cut took us. Go up to the mountains, man. Go hike together. Go walk together. Go do something.
We should put them in like a room with a bunch of clues, and they all have to work together.
Something,
man. Work their way out of
it. Something. Hour 2 continues after this.
Big Orange football is better alongside another Tennessee tradition, Mrs. Grissom's salad. Mrs. Grissom's ready-made snacks and meals are perfect for game day. Crowd favorites like the select pimento cheese and cranberry pecan chicken salad are delicious and easy to grab and go right from the grocery store. Going to the game? Visit Mrs. Grissom's in Vol Village for the must-have panini grilled pimento cheese hot dog. Man, select the best. Select Tennessee's own Mrs. Grissom's.
Gentlemen, get back in the game. Did you know that 1 out of every 3 men over 40 may have low testosterone? Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy. Do you know your numbers? Well, I know my numbers. Low T Center made it quick and easy. I walked in, I took a simple blood test, and I knew my result in about 20 minutes. Their service is even covered by most health insurance. So give them a call, 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388. 1388, or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
It's almost football time in Tennessee, which means it's time to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Tommy Bahama, and all those retro logos you love. Don't forget about your game day crew. Plenty of selection for the ladies, the little balls, and to upgrade their tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com.
Beatty Chevrolet is celebrating 85 years of low prices. And during Truck Month, choose from over 400 trucks and SUVs, all deeply discounted. Like a new Silverado, now 25% off. A new Equinox, now 20% off. And a certified pre-owned 15 Equinox or Terrain, now $16,995. Plus, buy with confidence with the Beatty warranty for life.
Big selection and even bigger savings. That's why it's better at Beatty Chevrolet.
Stock number 232, savings off MSRP, include all dealer savings and manufacturer incentives with approved credit list finance through GMF. Offer expires 8/31/18.
Pass downfield is complete. That's Swain. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give him 6. Touchdown.
All right, let's get to Turkey Man on line 1. Turkey Man, good morning.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Good morning. Man, times must be really bad. You've called twice, and we have not gotten a turkey call.
Well, I tell you what, we got things that we need straightened out here. First of all, that soccer, that's a gateway sport. You know that. You know that. So we're talking football, and the other thing that you mentioned there about remember the Titans. Now, Coach Pruitt, if he don't know the country around here, I know the place to take them. And they ain't going to be no Instagram. They ain't going to be no Facebook. They ain't going to be no Twitter. They ain't going to be no video streaming, because there ain't no signal. And there ain't nothing but you and who's with you. That I know the place to take them, because I go get away there, and you ain't going to get no signal for nothing, any kind. And I think that's one thing we need to, would be a step in the right direction, is get away from all this stuff that is rat poison, that I guess they call it. But you pointed out 2 or 3 things there this morning that I was going to mention. Number one, coaches look at the tapes. They look at the traits of the team that they're playing. And I remember back when I was coaching Greenback, we always had a good program, and they've got a good program now for single A. But we was playing Webb school, and we wasn't really good that year. Mm-hmm. And Webb had Chad Pennington as a senior. Mm-hmm. And then on a Saturday morning, I got in there and I was looking at tape, and the head coach come in. He said, "Well, what are you saying?" I said, "We're in trouble." I said, "We're bad trouble." I said, "But there's one thing that I have seen: we could kick an onside kick, and we could get it because." And I pointed out that the cover guys was retreating just as soon as they approached the ball to kick it. I said, "So we can kick an onside kick behind them and get it." And we kicked off. We had to kick off the second half. We had to kick off, start the second half, and we was getting killed. I said, "That only sparked him." He said, "We'll do it." So kicked it and got it easily. But see, when you see those traits, those weak points, you got to take advantage of them. And all I had to do was execute that play. So I don't call it as a bad play. I seen that if they had seen it on film, it was there if he wanted to get it. But that's just what you do. And you pointed that out earlier there. The other thing, the question that you pointed out and said was that what would excite you? What would you see? Get excited to come back as a fan, to get involved as a fan. I think most of us fans went through that Sunday that we all come together and stood up for our program. So I think we've got some skin in the game now in that regards. So I think seeing going into this stretch, we've all looked at it, know it's coming, knew it was going to be here. It's not a surprise to us, but I feel like if I see us executing and being disciplined, we getting excited about doing what we're supposed to do, blocking. If a player gets beat by getting upset at that player and getting getting fired up about, you missed that, Simon,
we need more accountability, Turkey Man. No doubt about that. Thanks for the phone call there. Let me just go to Volstorm. I had some thoughts, but I'm gonna go to Volstorm. Volstorm, good morning.
Well, don't let me interrupt your thoughts, Jason.
No, man, go ahead. It'll come back to me.
Well, boys, I'm heading on down the road, heading back to Nashville once again. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna have to find an apartment over there or something.
Well, I know times are tough for Tennessee football, but you don't have to transfer to a Vanderbilt fan, Volstorm.
Oh, you better watch your mouth, Steeler boy.
Or are you going over there for Belmont?
You going?
I'd much rather root for Belmont or Lipscomb than I would Vanderbilt.
You're going over there. You're going over there for free Natty Lights and bagel bites, right?
And Draper Ponds,
yes,
just like in the Vandy rap song.
Exactly. Now, I think what I'm going to do while I'm over here is look around for one of those Major League Jobu dolls, put a cigarette in its mouth, pour it a little shot of rum, and maybe even sacrifice a live chicken.
If it works, do it.
Whatever we got to do.
I'm drinking sage tea right now. I mean, I'm not even kidding. I'm drinking sage tea, like a fruit
You're
sage
supposed
tea.
to burn it, not drink it.
I already burned something in here, man. I burned the incense.
He already smoked me out.
The incense in here. And then I'm drinking sage tea. Golly, man. It's like I'm drinking Thanksgiving.
Hey, it looked like Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart.
Nope, none of that. Nope. Just the incense. Just the incense.
Stay off the Hey, Jason, let me ask you something. Now, we know whenever you switch a defense from a 4-3 to a 3-4, it takes about 2 years for it to get it on track, right?
Yes.
All right.
I will agree with that.
But what happens when you're switching an offense from a spread offense to a pro-style offense? What do you think? That takes a couple of years, too?
Volstorm. Man, what a point. I was having a conversation with someone about this yesterday, and here is the dilemma that you're in if you're Jeremy Pruitt. You have this offense that you want to run. You want to be more pro-style. You want to be more multiple. You don't want to be passive in your running schemes. But you have a group of players that were recruited to be passive, to be a spread offense. What do? Can you totally abandon what was done in the past to do what you do when you don't have the personnel to do that? Or do you do a little bit of it because you have to play to the strengths of your players, of what they were brought here to do, and you have to do a little bit of it because you have to show the recruits of what you're going to do when they get here? That is a dilemma, Volstorm. It's a really good point that you brought up.
Well, because I've been sitting here thinking, they've been stressing run. But a lot of these guys are set up, even the offensive linemen are set up more for the pass.
Yes. I can't take Ben and put him in the post and expect him to bang with Grant Williams. That's not what he was going to do. Like I had a chance to meet Lamonte Turner over the weekend. Saw him out a couple different times and spoke to him a little bit. We got some mutual friends. And
shout out to the 256.
It was good to put a name with a face, and we chopped it up a little bit. But we're not putting Lamonte Turner in the post. That's not what he does. He's a shooter. He's a guard. We're not putting Grant Williams on the perimeter, having him carry the ball up the court and run the offense. Well, Austin Pope is not a pro-style, tough-nosed tight end right now. That's not his game. And he's trying to be that because that's what the coaches want him to be to play. But that's not who he is. That's not what he was brought in for.
And I wouldn't even call him a tight end at this point because all he does is line up at fullback. I have rarely seen him line up at tight end this season.
But he's not a lead blocker either. That's just not who he is, and he's trying to be something
that
he's not. And that's the problem. And it's not like if you're Pruitt, you should let's just go do everything that these guys did well last year. Well, you still have to do what you do, too, because you're trying to attract the players for this program. And then you also believe in your philosophy helps win games, helps the defense, running the football and doing those things, ball control. But that's the problem in year one. Butch Jones went through it. Butch Jones had a team that he inherited, the offensive line, that was built for dualies. They were more vertical in their approach on offense. And then Butch Jones comes here, and we're doing reverses and east and west passing plays, east and west running plays, and it took some time to get used to there too. So this is just part of the process. I hate that we have to say that because I feel like we are the customer. Tennessee fans are the customer. And you go to this one restaurant and you fall in love with this restaurant. The food's great, the service is great, the ambiance is great, everything is great. And then something changes. A manager is fired. The food distributor changes. Something like that changes. But you love this restaurant because of the name of the restaurant. You love the restaurant, and you try to keep going back, trying to capture that first time you went. But you've had different managers. You've had different things happen. A different waitress, different servers here and there, and people are telling you, just hold on, just wait. It's not, the manager's like, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Well, yes, not technically your fault because you just got the job, but I'm the customer, and all I know is it's been 10 years since I've had a great meal and a great experience. It's been 10 years as a Tennessee fan since I've seen Tennessee put out a product that I'm proud of. It's been 10 years. I know it's not Pruitt's fault. I know it's not entirely Butch's fault. He's only been here, 4 or 5 years. It's not entirely Dooley's fault. It's not entirely Fulmer's or Kiffin's fault. They're all part of the reasons why this restaurant has been unattractive for the last 10 years. And so that's how I feel like we are as Tennessee fans. We have to wait. We have to be patient. But it's been a while, and that is a hard pill to swallow. It's amazing to me, Volstorm, and sorry to steal your thunder, but
no pun intended.
How close we came as a fan base when we were rebelling a bad hire. Like we were all together, right? We were united, and let's just try to do that because it's going to take for us to be together to fight through this. It's gonna be tough,
and not fight each other because
it's gonna be tough.
Somebody made the point on the text box yesterday that in the stands on Saturday they had never seen so many fights. I 100% agree with that because I saw about 4, 5, 6 fights amongst Tennessee fans and people being thrown out left and right.
Really?
Yeah, because they're probably cussing out the kids and other kids,
adults arguing with each other.
Other adults don't like that. I mean, I was sitting next to Sean Reed, and we had a Florida fan right next to us. And the referee went to go review the play on Jared Garantano when he got his helmet knocked off, and they went to go see if it was targeting. And so the guy behind me made a comment that was pretty standard. He was like, the kid needs to just be able to take a hit. He need to put his chin strap on a little tighter, which it's just true. I mean, he was a clean hit, take a hit, but I was in my feelings. I'm a Tennessee fan. You don't say that about Jared.
Florida week, I'm on edge.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna say that about Jared, it's gonna be me. It's not gonna be you. And so,
hey, you stand up and go, do you know who I am?
Well,
I'm Hollywood Swain.
He figured it out when Gerald Riggs walked by. Well, Gerald Riggs walked by with Joe Mofagan, and we had another friend of ours who played on the volleyball team. She was there, and we had like an open seat next to us. And Gerald was like, hey, won't you just sit next to Swain right here? Hey, sit right here next to Jason Swain. And everyone was like, they just turned their head like, you're Jason Swain. Hey. And then the Florida fan was like super nice to me. He was like, yeah, man, I went to school with Marcellus Johnson, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm from Tennessee. I was like, why are you a Florida fan? And then I left because I was getting mad. And I didn't want to end up on, TMZ or something.
You didn't want to end up like Ray Knox?
Yeah, I didn't want to end up like Ray Knox. So, yeah, that's I know I said a lot, a mouthful there, but we have to wait. I hope that we be together as much as we can because it's going to take everyone to be together to get this thing right.
Hey, I got your back.
You got my back?
I got your back.
You got my back?
I got your back.
You got my back? All right, man.
I got your back.
Hey, give Derek Mason a hug for us over there in Nashville, Volstorm.
Yeah, okay. You know what you can do, Ben? Kiss my, see you, boys.
If you're going to give him a hug, man,
just hug him from the back.
Let him know that you're coming in for the hug.
No, don't sneak attack him.
Don't snuggle up with him from the back, man. That's just a little creepy.
Park outside the Vanderbilt football facility. You see Derek Mason walk into his car for lunch or something.
There he is.
Sneak attack him.
There he is. Get him. Get him. Get him. Hey, Derek, how you doing, man? You like those recipes I shared with you over the holiday weekend? Man.
Did your wife like those Christmas cookies?
Man, that cornbread dressing, man. Wow, it was great. Thanks for sharing that recipe with me. Tastes a whole lot better with a lot of sage. We got For What coming up next. You know what? Let's do For What right now.
Who are we giving Chris Kant? Is that how you pronounce his last name?
Excuse me, sir?
Kant. C-O-N-T-E. Kant.
Conti.
I've always heard Conti, yeah.
I said Kant, not with
T.
I didn't say
Conti.
the wrong version of it.
I'm just saying, man. You and Andy
I
scared me today.
I slowed down to make sure I said it properly.
You and Andy,
but
man.
Is it with? Do you add the E on?
Yes, Conti.
Okay. Are we giving him a for what, or can we just talk about that? Because we need to say a prayer for like 3 or 4 minutes for him following his death last night on the football field.
R.I.P. Yep.
Vince McDonald buried that man. It was the highlight of the night.
Well, whoever got stiff armed by
that's him.
That's him. Okay,
yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
And everybody was joking. Oh, he needs to retire right now. Vontae Davis. He needs to pull Vontae Davis. And then, like 3 minutes later, Lisa Salters comes on the sideline report and says, "Chris Conte has left the game and will not return." I was like, "Yep, that man retired on the spot. He didn't even wait until halftime.
He tore his dignity.
Yes.
He went down with an injury to his dignity at halftime and did not return.
He fell on the helmet. He fell on the helmet.
But are we giving him a for what for that moment, or is that just it kind of there's that new ESPN Monday Night Football commercial where the kid or the player for the so-called Giants like falls into the rain puddle after he got his ankles broke, and then he's like looking into or it's a Sports Center commercial, and it's like looking into the puddle, and it's the Sports Center cast they show, and they say that you're going to be on the not top 10 plays, and you disappointed your mama. Is that him?
Yeah,
I think so.
You don't know what commercial I'm talking about, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
That's him. That's him. I watch a little bit of TV.
Well, you were looking at me funky, so.
That's because your sweatshirt's ugly.
Wow.
It's actually not ugly.
Wow. Just taking shots at Ben. Volstorm and Swain. I just had a for what from the state of Florida. Hopefully this will help cleanse.
It will not help.
Well, either way, I'm trying.
Hey, I'm not
putting my best foot forward.
We're putting more steam on. We're not gonna stop talking trash.
So
they ain't got nothing to do with us. We did our parts on Saturday.
All I know is they can't beat our Tennessee basketball team.
It's true.
We did our part. We showed up. We were loud. We were ready to go. We did our part. So we still talking.
At the end of the day, we all win in some sense because we don't have to live in the state of Florida, because there are people in Florida who do this. Florida man shoots self, doesn't realize it until changing his shirt 3 days later. Now, this is from a little while ago. This says late 2016, but I don't care because this is ridiculous. I just...
Oh, Jimmy.
I know. I'm reporting it late, but better late than never, you know?
Love you, Jimmy. I'm just joking, man.
A Florida man shot himself in the arm while cleaning a handgun. Didn't realize it until 3 days later. Why did he not realize until 3 days later? Because he didn't change his shirt for 3 days. He says he finally found the entry and exit wounds when he changed his shirt. An arrest report says the police were called to a hospital when Michael Blevins went to get his arm checked. He was cleaning a .22 caliber pistol on Thursday when he held it against his chest to keep his dog from jumping near it. Reports say that Blevins stood up, his back gave out, and he fell. He heard the gunshot wound but didn't feel the pain because of painkillers that he takes for his back. He says he went about his business on Saturday, then changed his shirt 2 days later and saw the entrance and exit wounds. If nothing else, we can continue to laugh at the state of Florida, whether we can beat them at football or not.
Breaking news. Coach Fulmer has taken over for head coach for Tennessee Volunteers, taking over for Johnny Majors. Breaking news here in the Swain event. Coach Fulmer just took over for Johnny Majors. Just took over, guys. Just happened.
I think Bruce Pearl just got fired as well.
Wow,
hold on.
It's big news.
Make sure you give proper credit to who reported that now.
No, you're right. No, for what? They don't age, man.
No.
A good for what doesn't age at all. Swain event. Be right back.
There is a 20% chance of showers this morning, mostly cloudy, but gradually becoming sunnier throughout the day with a high of 85. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 66. Sunny tomorrow with a high near 88 and a low around 65. Thursday looks to have more sunny skies and a high in the upper 80s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by B-Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, B-Dry can help. BDry.com. Do you have cracks in your foundation? A wet basement, or a nasty, leaky crawl space? Our listeners have heard about them on the Swain event for over a year, and now it's time to make the call. Give B-Dry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair the opportunity to fix your home's problem. Since 1958, That's right, nearly 60 years, B-Dry has been solving basement, crawl space, and foundation problems throughout the country. B-Dry only uses high-quality materials from reputable manufacturers. They back their installations with some of the best warranties in the industry to provide homeowners with added peace of mind. They are truly an A-plus company. Whenever you start experiencing a wet basement, leaky crawl space, or a cracked foundation, remember these 3 words: better call B-Dry. Reach out to B-Dry today at 865-662-5238 to schedule your free appointment. That's 865-662-5238. Remember, better call B-Dry.
Peripheral arterial disease, or PAD, is a dangerous hardening of the arteries that can lead to infection and even limb amputations. September is PAD and Vascular Disease Awareness Month, and the vascular surgeons of Premier Surgical Associates want you to know that finding and treating PAD early is the key. If you smoke, have diabetes, or are overweight, you are at a higher risk of this deadly disease. Talk to your physician about whether you should be screened for PAD. If detected early, it can often be managed with lifestyle changes and medication instead of surgery. For information about PAD and other vascular diseases, visit premiersurgical.com right now.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to OFOKnox.com. That's OFOKnox.com. We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Hey Annie, you're the spokesperson for Toyota Knoxville, right?
That's right.
Why should I buy from Toyota Knoxville?
Are you looking for new or used vehicles?
Does it matter?
No, because Toyota Knoxville has over 390 new Toyotas on the ground and over 350 pre-owned vehicles available to choose from.
Okay, so big selection.
And a lifetime warranty at no charge on all new and select pre-owned vehicles.
A lifetime warranty.
A non-factory limited lifetime powertrain warranty with unlimited miles. Plus 30 years of experience in Knoxville, not just serving our customers, serving our community.
And the buying experience?
Hello, it's Toyota Knoxville. Read the reviews. Talk to anybody that's been there.
Okay. Where am I going?
Toyota Knoxville is at I-40 and the Lover Road exit. Go to Parkside Drive. You can't miss it.
Can I tell them Annie sent me?
I wish you would. If you're passionate about the car you drive, come meet the people that are passionate about the way they sell at Toyota Knoxville. ToyotaKnoxville.com. Warranty good at participating dealers.
If you want to chop it up with the fellas, call the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline at 865-200-5503.
All right, going to the text box this morning. Alamo Vol says, Jason, glad I got a chance to meet you Saturday night. Question, I think I dreamed last night that Wanye Morris opened up his recruitment. That was just a bad dream, correct? Say it ain't so, Swain.
I think we need to call Andy.
Man.
Ask Andy.
He actually tweeted after the game, I believe. One of you Morris did, and he said something like, "I can't wait to be a Vol" or something. I think most of the responses to that tweet were, "Please hurry up and get here."
It was, "Can you play against Georgia next week?"
Yes. Are you eligible now?
We'll be right down the road from your high school. Can you play for Grayson on Friday night and then play for the Vols on Saturday?
It was crazy, man, because on the sideline, the pregame, I guess, stuff that goes on, the warm-ups and all the music and stuff there on the sideline of the recruits, I was standing there, and I was looking at the recruits who I would want to play, like, right now. Like, who I would send in the locker room,
everybody.
put pads on, and allow them to play in the Florida game. One game Morris was one. Darnell Wright was the other. They looked like grown men. They looked like they were already on the team but just didn't dress out. I mean, so I have not heard anything like that about Wanye. He actually did tweet out that he couldn't wait to be a Vol, so that's good. RG1 says, in your estimation, how long will it take to correct our toxic mindset from the program? We do have talent issues, but our culture needs a major overhaul as well. In your opinion? Yes, the culture is a bigger issue than the talent right now. The culture is a bigger issue than the talent. That is why you saw what you saw on Saturday. We know there's talent on this football team. But mentally, a lot of these players are not where they need to be. They don't take coaching. They were told they were allowed to do what they wanted to do. They were allowed to determine if a player should be disciplined for missing practice.
It's ridiculous.
The players were, not the coach. The coach is supposed to make the moves, supposed to lay down the law, suspend the player, discipline the player. But the coach allowed the players to set the discipline, which is unheard of. So imagine the power that these players, that they think they have. Like Cortez Sapp really thought that he was going to be able to put out a statement and everything was going to be okay, and he was going to get his way by doing that. That's Butch Jones days. That's not going to work here. And I'm glad that him and Pruitt was able to sit down, talk, and hash through things and move forward. But that was a Butch Jones culture move right there. It is not going to work here. Jonathan Combo, you didn't see him on Saturday, did you? Did you see number 99 play a lot?
No.
I didn't. Did y'all see 99 play a lot? Maybe.
I can't remember. I've tried to delete the game from my memory.
I don't remember seeing a 99 a lot out there. I just don't.
And on that note, can one of y'all Vol fans go put the game on YouTube so I can watch it? Because I'm balling on a budget. I don't have DVR.
I got you.
I rely on YouTube.
I got you. ESPN 3. I got you. I got you. I'll let you copy off my paper. I got you. Vol in Kentucky says you need to pray to Jesus. Voodoo don't work.
Well, we said tomorrow going to get the priest in here.
Yes.
Get the exorcism. We're trying to cover all of our bases.
Yeah, and then Thursday, Turkey Man is now preaching at a local church. We'll have Turkey Man come in on Thursday.
Yep.
On Friday, we'll have TC drive up from Athens, and TC will be us for 3 hours, giving us a nice sermon. We'll pass around the collection plates.
Vol in Kentucky says 2019 class looks good. I think this year will be bad if upperclassmen don't step up at some point. Brandon Barber says great point on the system fit for offense and using Austin Pope as an example. Just look at the tight end commitments that we have. I mean, those guys are
big old boys
that will block, and those are the type of bodies that Jerry Pruitt wants to bring into this football program. Pruitt is fighting a lot of different things here: culture, system, offensively and defensively, talent, depth. He's fighting a lot of things in year one. And I said this yesterday, I'll say it again. If you know today that this staff is not good enough, then, man, give me your lotto tickets, because there's no way that you can know that. If you're saying that, you're just guessing. You're just emotional right now. There's no way you know. There's no way you know that. Go ahead, Charlie.
On Vol in Kentucky's point where he said it'll be bad if upperclassmen don't step up at some point this season, I was just going to say it was encouraging yesterday. Talked to Balen Buchanan, And I believe were you standing there, Ben?
I was standing right next to
you.
you.
So he got asked about this sort of players only meeting
that Jeremy Pruitt alluded to, saying that a lot of players came in on Sunday. They were all watching film by themselves, and that was the first time he had seen that.
And I forget who it was, but one of the media members that was standing there pressed him on, hey, who put that meeting together? And Balin Buchanan said that Nigel Warrior was the one that texted everybody and said, "Hey, we need to talk."
Was it a players only meeting with the entire team?
No, just the DBs, just the DBs.
It was each position group came in on Sunday and was watching film. Kyle Phillips wouldn't say who originated the defensive line room, but
Balin did
say. Not at first. He said it was kind of all of us realized that we need to get in there and watch some film. But then, as Charlie said, a reporter pressed him on it, and he said Nigel called everybody up, and we all agreed that we needed to go in and watch some film.
That's encouraging.
This is what needs to happen. That's not going to do anything. This is what needs to happen. I'm sorry. I'm keeping it real.
Now you got it. Yeah.
The entire team needs to watch the film together. At worst, offense and defense. And you need to go out and look at each individual play, and you need to question effort and execution. And you need to be called out in front of everybody. That's the only way. That's the only way. You have to be held accountable.
Yeah.
It's the accountability that's in question here. If I'm in a room with just wide receivers and I mess up, I only got 2 or 3 dudes, maybe 4 or 5 dudes looking at me going, man, you messed up. But if you put me on blast in front of the entire team when I didn't block like I was supposed to because of effort or I didn't execute, it hits home a little bit harder when you are called out in front of your entire offense, defense, or the entire team. I'm not saying that what Nigel Warrior did is not good. It's good. It's good. But if you want something more effective, get the whole team together and start calling out folks' effort, execution, and I think then you'll see something. The problem is, and I got this message here, and I'll tie it in where it is. Don Holloman says, any chance we get Inky on the show soon? That's not going to happen anytime soon. You can't book Inky for anything. He's busy. We had a deal with Inky. That deal expired. Inky probably won't be joining the show for anything. He's super busy. If anyone can help our fan base get some much-needed perspective, optimism, perseverance, surely it's Inky. That guy can preach. Inky talked to this football team a couple times last year, and it did nothing. Let that sink in.
I honestly don't think
let that sink in.
That there's anybody that can
let that
reach
sink in.
the upperclassmen of this football team.
I really don't.
Let that sink in.
Yeah.
Inky talked to this football team. Not just like as a speech, like he would go to any other team. This is his team. This is his alma mater. He just talked to him just on a VFL level. It did not register. So that should tell you what you need to know there. All right.
Real quick before we go to break and get to Austin Price, I want to get y'all's thoughts on what I'm kind of thinking with Austin Pope. And you kind of mentioned earlier he's trying to be something that he's not at fullback.
He's asked to be something he's not too.
Yes. But we haven't seen Tennessee necessarily target a fullback in recruiting, like a bona fide, he plays fullback in high school. We have not seen Tennessee target somebody like that. So do you like the approach of maybe moving a tight end to fullback and hoping that it works, or would you rather see them go after a bona fide fullback in recruiting?
I think going after a straight-up tight end, straight-up fullback is a waste of scholarship.
Okay.
If you are Tennessee, because I think you have the ability to recruit the best tight ends in the country, which are tight ends who are the most versatile. So you can go out and get Sean Brown, who's one of the best tight ends in the country, and he can catch passes, he can block. So if you need him to line up as a wide receiver, you can do that, like with Don Wood Anderson on the hitch route. You can line him up. If you need him to lead block, then you can put him in. You don't have to change personnel. Like, you don't have to go from Austin Pope to Don Wood Anderson to Wolf. You don't have to do all those changes if you have a guy that can do it all himself. It saves you actually a scholarship.
Right, and
yeah.
I agree with that, but that was the hope with Austin Pope, is that he would be able to do both. And to this point, he's being asked to do something that to this point he's not capable of. So if you're going to go that route and not get a bona fide fullback and bring in multiple tight ends each year, you better nail the evaluation process in terms of their blocking ability.
Yeah. Well, Austin was brought in with he was never expected to be that type of player.
Correct.
I mean, you don't have to be a smash mouth lead blocker in the previous system. All you have to do is just be finesse. All our tight ends were like that. You know, even Kroom was like that. Wolf was like that. So our tight ends in the previous system did not have to lead block at all. Now you got to do that if you're going to play. And Austin's in a tough spot. He's trying to be something that he's not used to being. He's not that guy. And so hopefully he evolves into that.
Yeah, because I think
when competition comes, he's going to have to evolve into that, or he's not going to play. He may have to transfer to play.
Yeah.
But there's 2 tight ends committed. And right now, they are built for this system. All right, we got to go to break. We'll come back. Austin Price, VolQuest.com. Stay with us. Be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Hey, Annie, you're the spokesperson for Toyota Knoxville, right?
That's right.
Why should I buy from Toyota Knoxville?
Are you looking for new or used vehicles?
Does it matter?
No, because Toyota Knoxville has over 390 new Toyotas on the ground and over 350 pre-owned vehicles available to choose from.
Okay, so big selection.
And a lifetime warranty at no charge on all new and select pre-owned vehicles.
A lifetime warranty.
A non-factory limited lifetime powertrain warranty with unlimited miles. Plus 30 years of experience in Knoxville, not just serving our customers, serving our community.
And the buying experience?
Hello, it's Toyota Knoxville. Read the reviews. Talk to anybody that's been there.
Okay. Where am I going?
Toyota Knoxville is at I-40 and the Lover Road exit. Go to Parkside Drive. You can't miss it.
Can I tell them Annie sent me?
I wish you would. If you're passionate about the car you drive, come meet the people that are passionate about the way they sell at Toyota Knoxville. ToyotaKnoxville.com. Warranty good at participating dealers.
Better Mattress is having their biggest sale of the year. Shop the Labor Day sales event to get a free adjustable base with select mattress set purchases while supplies last. That's a $1,200 value. Save that cash for your tailgates. Since I started sleeping on my Better Mattress with an adjustable base, I have way less neck pain and back pain. It's life-changing. On an adjustable base, with the touch of a button, you can adjust your sleep position without disturbing your partner. It's awesome. A truly customized sleep experience is waiting for you at Better Mattress. Get a free adjustable base during the Better Mattress Labor Day sale. Plus, everyone who shops at Better Mattress during September has a chance to get their purchase refunded back to them in full. It's a deal you won't believe. Ask in store for details. You don't want to miss this. And even better, all football season long, when our team wins, someone will get a free queen-size mattress. No purchase necessary. Visit Better Mattress to enter for your chance to win. The winner gets to choose from 3 different mattresses valued at $1,000, and you could get it for free. Go see my friends at Better Mattress during the Labor Day sales event for a handcrafted, made in the USA Better Mattress. Good night just got better. BEDRmattress.com.
Gentlemen, get back in the game. Did you know that 1 out of every 3 men over 40 may have low testosterone? Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy. Do you know your numbers? Well, I know my numbers. Low T Center made it quick and easy. I walked in, I took a simple blood test, and I knew my result in about 20 minutes. Their service is even covered by most health insurance. So give them a call, 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388. Or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. And we are joined now by VolQuest's own Austin Price. He joins us via the Be Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Austin, good morning, sir.
I don't know if we can be dry today, Swain.
Yeah, it's a little wet outside, man. But that's why Be Dry is here, man. If you having issues with your crawl space, you call Be Dry. So you join us today. I guess my first question, let's go ahead and get this out of the way, and that is with Quartet Sap.
You know, and learn. This is one of those things where, you know, as a first-time head coach, Jeremy Pruitt's learning on the fly, and I think he handled himself just fine in this incident. Obviously, you know, I don't think either party comes out a winner just because, I mean, you know, you never want to see this type of thing happen. But I know when he walked by me Saturday night with about 12 minutes to go in the third quarter, Jason, I thought, he's quitting. He motioned to his mom, and she got up and left the parent section. And, I mean, it's not like he had played. I mean, like he was – his jersey was totally clean. So, you know, luckily for Tennessee, they still have Quartet Sap on the football team.
Just to recap a little bit, there had a little audio issues there on the video broadcast, but you are saying that Pruitt could have handled it a little bit better there, and he was told that maybe Quartet Sap did not want to go in the game. That's what he went off of, and then Pruitt could have handled it better. Quartet Sap obviously could have handled it better with what happened there during the game, and then the whole release, that whole message that Quartet Sap put out there on Twitter. It looks like we are ready to move on, and both sides are ready to move on. So that is good there. Jalen McCleskey is going to transfer, Austin.
He's moving on.
Yeah, he's moving on, man. Vol legacy and son of J.J. McCleskey, and Jalen should have been here in the first place, but he was too good to come here. That's what the evaluation was before. Hey, are you good? Nah, man, you're too good to come here, so we'll let you go somewhere else. What's the chances that Jalen maybe becomes a Vol, or that Tennessee may have a chance to bring Jalen McCleskey here next year?
I think Tennessee will be very much in play. I don't think this will be a decision that Jalen and his dad JJ, and she followed Tennessee football back a long time, former walk-on from Carnes, who turned himself into quite the player at Tennessee back in the early '90s. I don't think they're going to rush to a decision. I think this will be something that this will progressively happen over the next few months. I don't think you'll see a final decision announced until sometime in December, maybe even early January, just because I think you're doing yourself a disservice to announce it before then, because, you take your time, even if you have an idea where you're going. You take your time, you let it all play out, you see what kind of coaching movement happens, December and early January, you see what kind of, prospects sign with who, in December and early January, and then you make your decision. But I think Tennessee will be very much in play here. He's exactly what Tennessee needs. I think, JJ always wanted to see his son in orange. He saw him in a different color orange, but always wanted to see him in Tennessee orange. I think Jalen always wanted to play here. But they also have to do what's best for Jalen. And if a better situation comes about, then I think, they're going to look very hard at whatever situation that is. But I do think that, Tennessee is going to pull at the heartstrings a little bit and say, we don't have anybody like you. All of Tennessee's receivers, Jason, we talked about it on TV Sunday night, they're all kind of the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Palmer, Callaway, Jennings. I mean, they're all about the same height. They run about the same speed. Jalen McCleskey's about 5'10", 5'11". He's a jitterbug, and he's got moves. He's got a lot of moves. And so, and honestly, have you seen Tennessee's return game this season? Tennessee needs a guy that can return punts and kicks. He can also do that. So I think that, they need a guy that can help stretch the field a little bit and run different type routes. And, to get him on a one-year loaner as a grad transfer would be big for this offense going forward.
So you're saying that Jalen McCleskey is worth taking a picture, eating ice cream with for?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. I would have a snow cone, ice cream. Here's the difference between Jalen McCleskey and Jonathan Kongbo. Kongbo did nothing at Wyoming, and then went the junior college route, whereas McCleskey's been basically a stud from day one at Oklahoma State and just did not like how they were using him. It's not that he was unhappy, I don't believe, with the amount of production. I think it's just how they were using him. They were using a lot of RPOs, throwing him on some bubble screens a lot. This is a kid that likes to run real routes, Swain. You ran real routes.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you feel if they just threw it to you and said, make a play?
Yeah. We'll send Ben to the grocery store and pick up some Bluebell ice cream, and we'll get some waffle cones, and we'll try to bring JJ and Jalen home to Knoxville. Hopefully that works.
One guy that has eaten a lot of ice cream is Darnell Wright. And, Austin, you spent a lot of time with him last week, and he was on campus this weekend. Where does Tennessee stand in his recruitment? And did Tennessee's blowout loss to Florida maybe impact his recruitment negatively?
I don't believe so. Darnell's a different type of kid. I mean, everywhere I go, everybody says, well, I mean, how are they going to continue to recruit? I mean, they're going to lose all these kids. And they'll likely lose a few. I mean, there's natural attrition in every class, even if you're winning. I mean, you're going to have some natural attrition. You go trade up. Some kids may trade up out of you. It just changes. Each year with how you're doing on the field, what's happening. But for Darnell Wright, this is a young man who is more about relationships than he is picking up a trophy at the end of the year every year. I mean, don't get me wrong. He wants to win. He's a part of a winning program at Huntington. They win. They make, they've been to state title games. They've been to, the state semifinals. They routinely, win double-digit games. But this is also a kid who, lost his older brother a couple of years ago who was shot and killed. This is also a young man who lost his father at an early age. And so, to me, it's more about, relationships for Darnell than it is necessarily, winning a football game or being successful, week in, week out, with wins and losses. So every recruit's different. For Darnell, I think that he saw this as a chance to come in here and make an impact. That doesn't mean he's going to end up here. I mean, Alabama, who's the kind of the yin to Tennessee's yang right now as far as success, is very much in play. He's going to Ohio State at Penn State this weekend to watch the Nittany Lions play as they've tried to, take a hard swing at him. So, Tennessee's still going to have to battle hard, but I mean, I don't think Saturday's game against Florida will have any impact on what Darnell Wright does.
You mentioned that for Darnell Wright, it's all about relationships. Where does his relationship stand with Jeremy Pruitt and Will Friend?
Really good, and honestly, I think he may have the best relationship with any coach that recruits him with Brian Niedermeyer. But he has a good relationship with Will Friend, has a good relationship with Jeremy Pruitt, and has an outstanding relationship with Niedermeyer. I think those two really jive. Darnell's a quiet kid, but he loves to play jokes, and Niedermeyer is so lighthearted and always so jokative that they kind of click. And so those two, they were out there at midfield on Saturday night about an hour after Tennessee had lost to Florida, and they're just out there talking for about 20 minutes at midfield. And would love to have been in the middle of that conversation to hear kind of, Coach Niedermeyer's thoughts and pitch. But
I think it's fairly simple. You just saw that. We don't just want you. We need you.
Well, Austin, obviously Georgia's on the horizon here. What can Tennessee do to make this game, I guess, a little less painful?
Well, you got to slow the pace. You got to win. Same thing that they have to do in any game with this current group. I mean, you're going to have some breaks go your way, Charlie, and it's hard to believe Tennessee would be in the football game. Although, and not throwing out rainbows and lollipops. For whatever reason, Tennessee over the last decade has seemed to have always played a little better on the road than they have at home. I mean, you go back. I mean, Tennessee's couple of chances to have a chance to beat Alabama in the last decade have been on the road. Tennessee has played Florida pretty close on the road. They beat Georgia just a couple of years ago. So I don't think anybody's got grand illusions that Tennessee's going down to Athens and winning. But, can they stay within that big point spread? I wouldn't shock me. It also wouldn't shock me if they lost by 45. So I know I'm kind of riding the fence there. I'm just saying I think it's always easier to kind of, band together when you go on the road and kind of change perspectives a little bit. But they've got to protect better. Georgia's not as good up front on the defensive line as Florida was. But, Georgia's offense is really, really good, and Tennessee's likely to give up some points this week, which makes Tennessee's offense and their inability to score touchdowns problematic.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com. Austin, you've been doing this a long time, and you've covered this team from a recruiting standpoint, also covering the team with news and notes and stuff like that. And you guys have a message board that I'm sure was very active over the weekend, and you've heard from the fans look at these ticket prices and wonder why they're doing it, why they continue to support and come and dump loads of money into supporting this program. They're not getting that emotional return back. What do you say to those fans if you're Tennessee when you are kind of setting these prices so high and these fans are they're still coming, man. They're still coming to support. They were there Saturday. They was ready to go, and I don't think our football team really gave them a chance to impact that game early in the game. But what would you say about those fans that are kind of sitting there and maybe they're empty, man? Maybe their emotional gas tank is on E right now. What would you say to those guys and ladies?
I mean, I get it. I get it. I mean, we had a couple people calling on the TV show Sunday night, Jason, and I know you get calls every day, and Tennessee fans don't want to be patient. They have no other choice. I mean, and I get it. I mean, you've been patient for a decade, and every time, you feel like you're about to come out of it, something happens, and you go right back down, and you have to restart, and it's kind of like getting right there to the end of trying to get to the castle on the original Mario Brothers. You get killed and you have to start over. I mean, you just can't ever get to the finish line, and you can't ever see you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and then the tunnel expands by another couple of years. And so I get it. I really think that Tennessee fans will struggle to come to the Alabama game because they know what's coming. I think it will be really hard for Alabama to not fill up Neyland Stadium, and that'll be hard. That'll be hard for Tennessee fans to follow. But I mean, there'll be some that just say, "I'm not going," and they just sell their tickets. And then you get to that month of November, and it's all about want to. If you're a Tennessee fan, how bad do you want to go see them play? Have they shown any kind of improvement? But Tennessee fans have routinely answered the bell for the last decade. They ache for a reason to be there. And so if Tennessee can find a way to give them a reason to be there, Tennessee fans will be there.
865-255-03. Austin Price here on the B-Drive Waterproof Hotline. Austin, I know a lot of Tennessee fans, man, they want to disconnect a little bit. I know several people that didn't listen yesterday to the show listen today. But you guys over there at VolQuest still are bringing it when it comes to recruiting. What can folks expect coming up in the next few days as far as recruiting, as far as team news?
Well, right now we've got a couple of updates on a couple of recruits, Eric Gray and
Trey Knox took official visits to Tennessee over the weekend. The only place you can hear from Darnell Wright about his visit to Knoxville. And then, just our weekly, S&P stock report. We have the War Room coming up on Friday. Today we have our Tuesday podcast, and, of course, then we'll have our Friday podcast as well coming up later in the week.
Good stuff. Austin Price, VolQuest.com. Austin Priceless on Twitter. Hey, man, thanks for your time.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
See you. Boy. Yeah, Trey Knox. Trey Knox is approaching a decision, and there's been some talk about whether or not Tennessee held off on accepting his commitment, or if it's just Trey Knox taking his time to make a decision on whether or not to come to Tennessee. I know over the summer, he was one of the few guys in the state of Tennessee that took the challenge to come and work out and prove and earn a scholarship. He didn't have one at first. And so kudos to him. And he's approaching a decision. If you're Tennessee, man, you have these group of receivers already that Austin talked about. We talked about it on the TV show. The Locker Room is you got a bunch of receivers that all kind of do the same thing. And you're going to add another one in Trey Knox that is probably built like Jawan Jennings and probably does the same thing as Jawan. Are you going to go all out and get Jalen McCleskey, who is more of a speed guy, shifty guy, who runs, I know, a low 4.4. I know that for a fact. And be used in some different ways. What are you going to do with the wide receiver group? You do have one that's committed, but he's not a burner either, even though he gets behind a lot of guys in high school level. So what's this wide receiver group going to look like next year?
When we come back from break, let's talk about why it's not necessarily a good thing to have a wide receiver group that does the same thing, because I think a lot of people hear that and say, well, yeah, they all do the same thing, but Marquez Callaway is a good receiver, Jawan Jennings is a good receiver, Palmer Johnson has the potential, so on and so forth. So why is it bad to have a receiver group that does the same exact thing?
I got you. We'll do it. Hour 3, powered by Low T Center, lowtcenter.com.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799. We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Goes your car insurance.
Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Big Orange football is better alongside another Tennessee tradition, Mrs. Grissom's salad. Mrs. Grissom's ready-made snacks and meals are perfect for game day. Crowd favorites like the select pimento cheese and cranberry pecan chicken salad are delicious and easy to grab and go right from the grocery store. Going to the game? Visit Mrs. Grissom's in Vol Village for the must-have panini grilled pimento cheese hot dog. Man, select the best. Select Tennessee's own Mrs. Grissom's.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
At work, can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Swain Event Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center, lowtcenter.com. The reason why you want a group of wide receivers that all do different things is because when you are running a play, okay, you're running a play a passing play that you want spacing, enough spacing so that way if you want to go deep, you can. If you want to go intermediate, you can. If you need to go short, dump it off because they're covering the deep and intermediate routes, you can too. You want to always have a deep threat. You want that safety to be able to say, okay, I cannot stay in the box and sit on every single route. I must get over the top. That's only going to help you in the running game. So you always want to have a deep threat. You need a guy that can stretch the defense, a 4-4 guy. It's always great to have that. You also need someone that is a really good route runner that works very well with the curls and the comebacks and the digs, who will go across the middle, that understands how to run routes at the sticks and things like that. You got to have a few guys that are really, really good at that. It doesn't hurt to have a little jitterbug, little scat back type of wide out. We're seeing more of that in the NFL. We saw it with Clemson a couple years ago when they beat Alabama with Hunter Renfrow. It's good to have a couple dudes like that on your team too. You see Steelers go out and trade for Switzer. He made a couple plays last night, touchdown.
Good.
You look at the Cowboys and they have what's the
Cole Beasley.
So it's good to have
nobody.
It's good to have those guys and have other receivers that do different things too. So you want to have a variety. Tennessee has a bunch of possession receivers right now with Callaway, who can go deep. Callaway can run past guys, but you have a lot of dudes who do the same thing.
Is that a bad thing?
It's something you need to improve on. It's not a terrible thing. You can go win still.
Does it affect the offense in a maybe dramatic is too strong of a word, but
well, I mean, when Callaway is out, the defense does not have to worry about someone running past him. I mean, I think Palmer can do a little bit, but when Callaway is out, now you can just look at one person. So you want to add different players to the toolbox. And so that's why when I look at Trey Knox, I wonder how that's going to play out because
he's very similar to what Tennessee already has. And
correct.
They already have Ramel Keaton.
Keaton, yes.
He's already committed to Tennessee, and he kind of does the same thing that Tennessee already has. And I guess what's also hurt Tennessee is that Latrell Williams has not come along like many thought and hoped that he would. Because if he would have kind of played out the way many hoped, then he is that guy that is different than everybody else.
He's one of the many guys that
yeah, let's get to Jim.
Got
got worked on and never been the same. So, unfortunate. Let's get to Jim. Jim, good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Pretty well, Jim. How you doing, man?
Better today than yesterday and Sunday?
Good. Me too. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you, stuff like that, so I had to listen to your thing yesterday. I got about 4 or 5 things. Just, on the onside kick, the guy was, once it got close, the guy who's supposed to block the guy out of there, he just wanted to play the hero bit. Everybody's going for the ball. If you take him out and Tennessee recovers, you're going to get the call because, you're the one that took the guy out. But it's, everybody's want to be the star on the video game, Also, it kind of like Pope. When he was going in, down there close, the guy's going to hit him. Hell, he's a tight end. He's got the ball in his left hand. What's the guy going to do? It's high and tight. Maybe possibly get him down. He didn't need to cover up by then. And why was he diving if he wasn't losing his balance?
Yeah, that's not coaching. Those 2 plays right there, that's not on coaching.
There's nothing you could do with that. It's like, water and drinking and stuff like that. And another thing, the cheap shot by C.C. Jefferson, even though, Pruitt, was being diplomatic, saying, there really wasn't anything calling over, it don't matter. If he hits the quarterback, period, after he's let the ball go, you're coming down on him like a ton of bricks. And, it's like the guy said in Draft Day, looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane. He should have been all over that guy and buried him in the dirt and take the penalty or whatever else. At least show him and other team that you're backed up. It doesn't matter if it's an accident or not.
Yeah, I understand.
You just don't do it.
Yeah, I understand why Pruitt didn't say anything. He's not going to give these players any ammunition to have excuses. So I get that. And he's a tough-nosed coach. He's a tough-nosed defensive coordinator. So I understand that. He can't complain about that hit, and then in the future his players are going to do something like that and then not say anything about that. So I get him not saying anything, but I thought if you are a Tennessee offensive lineman, you don't let your quarterback get hit that way and not stand up. You don't have to go up there and beat him up, but you can at least run up there. The referees don't stop you. They'll stop you. They won't let you fight, but you're just showing the Florida defensive line that you're not going to allow your quarterback to take a beating like that, and you're showing Jared that you care about him.
Right. This shows, hey, babe, you're on your own, and the Ole blocking is showing that anyway. Just like you say, they teach the 2 guys to take the 2 players, the tight end and the back. They both go to 1. Give me a break.
I was a little shocked yesterday. Ben directly asked Trey Smith about the C.C. Jefferson cheap shot or whatever you want to characterize it as. And do you have his direct quote now, or what exactly he said?
It was, I had my head down and was playing ball. And so he did not. First, he asked me, which hit are you referencing? And I said, the one that knocked him out of the game, as I stated in my question.
Yeah, you did say it in the first question.
And he said, I had my head down and I was playing. And Charlie and I had this conversation on the way out of the facility yesterday after the press conference. And in that clip, maybe I need to go back and watch it again, but in that clip, I thought I saw several Tennessee offensive linemen blocking in front of Jared Garantano and didn't see the hit. So I understand, yes, in that moment, you want the rest of the players that are on the field to come to Jared's defense in that moment. But what if they did not see that? Because there is an angle in that video where it appears that most of the offensive line did not see the hit. And maybe that's something they didn't know about until they were back on the sideline.
Now, I mean, Trey Smith.
It appears that Trey
right over
and
the top.
It looked like Trey Smith was looking right at the player. So
yeah.
if Trey Smith did see it, then I absolutely have a problem with Trey Smith not sticking up for Jared Garantano. But if I remember correctly, the other guys in the video, it didn't look like they necessarily saw it.
Looks like Ryan Johnson and is that Jameer Johnson? Are right there. They had their backs turned. That's understandable. Trey Smith is there.
Yeah.
So
I'm my point. Yes, somebody should have come to the defense of Jared Garantano, but I'm not also going to jump on the entire offense's back if they're trying to fulfill their responsibility on the play and they don't see it until they're back on the sideline.
It's a weird situation.
Jim, thanks, man. Thanks for the phone call there. Let's move on to Titans Bill. Titans Bill, good morning.
Buddy, I'll tell you one thing. My sausage is burning.
Ooh, Titans Bill.
This is a family show.
Stand back and give me some fighting room.
No, I'm standing back because I don't want to be around you with your sausage burning, Titans Bill. That's just nasty.
Let's just forfeit the whole season.
Why would we do that?
Because those guys are pathetic.
The effort was...
They're playing like crap.
The effort was not what we would want. The execution is not what we would
they're
like.
playing like crap. They are crap, Jason. Come on. Let's be honest.
Titans Bill, I'm not going to call those young men... I'm not going to call them crap. I'm going to say that they need to play better, that they need to fix the culture. Those guys...
They're a disgrace to that orange and white uniform. What does that orange and white uniform represent? What does that power T represent? Jason Swain? Winning. Toughness. Pride.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it represents. Winning tradition. Tradition. That's what it means. And that tradition is what, Jason Swain? Winning. W-I-N-N-I-N-G. Championships. That's what it represents. And they're not playing like they want to win. And they're pathetic. And that's a fact, buddy. Think about it.
I thought about it. I thought about Titans Bill. It's hard to sing when you're mad. It's hard to sing.
So as I said, man, that's the reason why I said for you to stand back because, buddy, did you see the flames come out of your telephone or whatever you had, your earphones?
Yeah, man, it's smoking over here, Titans Bill. You blew it up.
You better call the KFD, buddy.
I'm on the phone with them right now.
Okay, buddy. You have a good one.
Thank you, Titans Bill.
I think we need to get the butter out. Titans
man.
Bill was on a roll.
Man, we need to get the fire extinguisher. My goodness. Wow. That sausage was burning.
My thing is, I don't understand. Yesterday, Titans Bill called in, and he seemed fairly level-headed. And then from some point yesterday morning in the third hour, something happened in between.
I'm not going to call players crap. I'll say they play like crap and they need to play better. And I will agree that the power T needs to be represented better, that you should have pride wearing it. But these dudes, they still go out there and they practice every single day. And I know they're not intentionally trying to lose games. They don't have it, and they were allowed not to have it for a very long time. And you have a coaching staff that's coming in, and they're trying to get rid of bad habits, and that's not going to be easy to do. It's not going to be easy to change at all. But I'm going to be a little bit more respectful to the players, and even though I'm disappointed in kind of how we're going out there and representing ourselves, but I'm not going to call them crap. I'm not going to do that.
This is a question from the text box. I want to know what you think about it because I think it's interesting. I'm sure some people have, multiple people have probably thought this. Gate City Vol yesterday after the show wrote into the text box and said, "Do you think Pruitt doesn't have pride in Tennessee because he's not from UT, and because of that he is unable to install the pride in his players?" And I guess that's maybe a little more harsh than I would put it. I would say,
what does that even mean?
I would say, does he have trouble instilling pride in the players because he might be lukewarm on Tennessee as a guy who grew up forever in Alabama?
Has nothing to do with it. Has nothing to do with it.
Because that's saying that he doesn't coach with passion because he's at Tennessee. And if you watch any of the first 4 football games, Jeremy Pruitt coaches with passion.
Yeah,
I had multiple questions like this, and I just wanted to.
Nothing to do with it. You got to have pride
regardless of what team you're coaching, regardless of what team you're on, you have pride in your work. You have pride in your play, your effort, and that is something that's not been acceptable. And let's not throw in this whole Alabama stuff right now. I know that when you lose, it's easy to just drum up stuff and just think of reasons why you're not getting the results that you hope for. But no, he's a football coach. He's paid to do a job. He's paid to win. He's paid to coach ball. That's what he's going to do. And if you are a coach, you understand that you're not going to be able to coach at your alma mater for the entire time. So it doesn't matter if it's pride in Tennessee or not. It's about having pride in your work, having pride in your being a football player. I heard this yesterday that we got guys that like being football players but don't like football. And that is never a good recipe, because loving football means that you do whatever it takes to be successful, whether it's you getting the recognition or you not getting the recognition. If it is you doing whatever you have to do to get prepared for a game, whether it's physically or mentally, you do whatever it takes because you love football. Loving being a football player means you like wearing the issue gear, walking around so people can go, hey man, you're a football player. Hey, you're a Tennessee football player. Hey, you like the perks that come with it. Kind of like with Butch Jones, he liked being the coach at Tennessee because of the perks. Didn't necessarily like what came with it, the negative stuff. And so you make that decision when you go from college to the NFL on how much you really, really like football, because you have to love it to excel at the next level. You have to eat, sleep, and breathe it. That's why those scouts want guys that love it, and they don't do it for the money. We got to do it for the right reasons. We got to love football for the right reasons, not love football because of what football can do for us in terms of the perception that we're a football player. We got to love football. And it's the fourth game of the season. It's the fourth game of the season. Let's not freak out too much here. Let's not go all crazy with the conspiracy theories and, these guys are on the job training. These dudes coached football before. But this culture is bad. Any coach who would have come in here would have had some of the same issues. Scott Frost is a damn good coach. He's 0-3 in Nebraska.
I'd say he's had it worse at Nebraska than Jeremy Pruitt
had
at Tennessee.
Chip Kelly's a dang good football coach at the college level. He's struggling.
He's got the quarterback's daddy coming after him.
Pruitt ain't the only first-year coach that's trying to change a culture. Dan Mullen lost his first home game to Kentucky. His first SEC home game. To Kentucky.
Nick Saban went like 7-6 his first year at Alabama, right? It's tough.
You got to change. You have to change the culture, and our culture was toxic. We had players quitting in the middle of the season, multiple players quitting in the middle of the season. We had so much drama. That stuff, you don't snap your fingers and it just disappear. You still have some of those players with the same mentality on this football team. And it takes cleansing this program and getting rid of some of those guys and bringing in other players. But let's hold off on the whole, because Pruitt didn't wear a Power T lapel pin. Rick Barnes didn't do all that either when he first got here. So let's just dial it back a little bit on the conspiracy theory. It's not that. It's not that.
And at the very least, I would hope he has, $3.5 million worth of pride. He's a professional. It's not.
Man, the guys were told what to do. The guys were told what to do. They didn't do it.
Yeah,
we can see that watching the film. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. SwainEvent.com. The new SwainEvent.com. Awesome job by 42nd Street Design. 42sd.com. For Ben McKee, Charlie Burst, I'm Jason Swain. Hope you have a great day. Peace and love.